All right, hello. How's it going? Oh, we are back. We are back with more of the Arknights main story here. Boom, boom, and boom. There we go. Bump up that volume. There we go. Now we have sound. All right, we are going to be continuing on with
Arknights.
episode 11. We're about halfway, almost halfway through it at the moment. And we are going to be continuing it on tonight. And seeing where this whole clusterfuck is kind of heading towards. Wait, is that just telling new episode? Oh no, it's just telling me episode 11's available. Oh my god. I think the new episode is coming out on April the 16th, episode 13. So yeah, that's a thing. Prepare yourselves. New story. Ink. I'm still being very wary of social media at the moment because of all the Babylon. I think it's Babylon. Story spoilers that are coming from the Chinese version of the game. I will warn you guys again, as I did yesterday. Just be careful of that. Actually, I'll do that later. It's fine. It's fine. Already been caught a couple of times, but again, still don't have contacts, which is nice. Nice not having any contacts there, so that I get the full experience when that actual side story does officially come out. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do this later too. Let's just jump straight in. I kind of just want to jump straight in. Let's go for it. We're up to 11-8. Oh, damn. Did we end on like a boss? Uh-oh. At a standstill. War, when befalling the commoner, is a great mountain that can crush in an instant, capable of destroying all hope they once had. So this is the twigs that crave, right? We didn't have any in this. Oh, we had one in this. So I imagine we're going to have a lot more in... Oh, no, still one. Okay. We might just get Texas early to deal with that. We do have 2 lanes here. So I'm probably not going to put the defenders here. I'm probably going to put them up one just in case for whatever reason one of these paths is to go down through the middle. If we put them there, at least I get some protection. Given this setup too, we might actually be... we might actually have a good position for... who is it? Let's get rid of Penance. Might have a good position for Sora. Now, I'm not actually sure where she is. I'm not sure where I leveled her up a lot. She's a specialist, right? Same as Heidi. Oh god, have I not leveled? Nope, she's not in here. She must be here. There she is, Sora. All other allies within attack range gain inspiration equal to 90%. Yep, let's take her. Chubai, Texas, Silver Ash, Rosa, Siege, Dusk. Yeah, this looks fine. This looks fine. If anything, we actually probably need a little bit more range. I might pull Silver Ash out because I kind of want to use Chubai a little bit more and bring in Meteorite. Cool. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Tunisia. Hopefully this all goes well. Feist thought he was getting a talking to. He was ready, thinking about what he could say to move the heart of the stubborn old worker before him. Catherine has seen too much. Her temper is harder than the machines in the factory. His cleverness with words has never been of any use before Catherine. Her fierce gaze sees through all, turning his wits to mush. Feist feels a familiar sense of helplessness. He always turns back into a little boy before his grandmother, clumsy, excitable, prone to saying something he instantly regrets. He can only wait for his grandmother to speak first. But Catherine says nothing. She leads Feist down a long path. When they finally stop, he glances at her expression, and surprisingly sees no hint of anger. What's up ahead? Nothing. I remember this workshop. You used to come here by yourself. Why is the production line empty, though? What did you think this place was? The old workers wouldn't say. But Pato made a bet with Day that it's the secret workshop where they used to build steam armor. Tell Pato he won that bet. So this is really the steam armor? No, I don't understand. I've followed you down this path a few times. I heard the machines running and the conveyor belt moving. They still run, if someone hits the switch. Why was it abandoned? Because the Steam Knights disappeared? No. Even without orders, these machines are too dear to be left idle. Why? Why indeed? The aging worker pats the machine, as though she was asking the cold metal. Feist realizes that all the machines are spotless, with nary a speck of dust on them. It is as though time had stopped in this secret workshop. Do you know why I'm the only one who came here? Cam, Mike, Branson. They should have been standing there. And Harvey, he'd be responsible for watching the thrusters. When the production line moves as one, I guarantee you've never heard a song quite like it. Harvey, isn't that Dad's name? Yeah. Your dad was the smartest worker in the entire city. He came up with all sorts of crazy ideas. I've only seen him in photos. I wish you could have seen him in the flesh. You'll like him. Too much so, at times. Harvey was an expert in steam engines. He was like an engine himself, going so fast that I couldn't keep up. I should have kept up. Didn't Dad go missing after getting caught in some business on the streets? That's what you said whenever I asked. Some business. If what happened 26 years ago could be called as much. 26 years ago? Didn't His Majesty... Yes. Londinium fell into chaos overnight. The nobles were at each other's throats and the dukes led the way. Lots of factories got hit, especially military ones making steam armor. We were forced to stop work. Harvey, he was young then, almost the same age as you now. He loved the factory and he loved the city. He left the factory with the other workers to protest against the nobles. He wanted the dukes to hear the voices of the workers and protect our livelihood. Naive, wasn't he? I think back to it on quiet nights. Was it a cold one in December? Was his blood warm when it came out of his chest? Dad did it for his ideals. You want to say how noble it is to sacrifice for your ideals? The leaders of your self-salvation corps and that doctor of yours. Is that what they say when they mourn their dead friends? It's what Commander Clavigia would say. As for the doctor is even more quiet than usual at times like those. But I can feel the pure, heartfelt sincerity. The dead are in no position to appreciate their greatness. As for the ones they leave behind, these words of consolation are like cigarette smoke, light and fluffy, comforting for a moment, but when it leaves your lungs... She takes a breath and pours, then breathes out again. The temperature is not low enough to leave a white fog. Only one thing is for certain. 41 workers walked into the largest street in central Londinium on that night, 26 years ago, and none came back. Nothing changed about the city. The nobles, the wealthy, they pretend nothing happened. But this workshop would never be the same again. I'm too old to train another group of workers as good as them, Feist. They should have taken over for me. Harvey should have been the one to teach you all you knew. Granny. Believe it or not, I've never blamed Harvey, and I've never blamed you. But think about it carefully. You should have thought about it carefully when you tried to lead Pato and the others into your rebellion. If you survive this war, but the others don't, will you be like me, fraught with grief and regret night after night, leaning over machines with no one to use them? I didn't understand your decision 3 years ago, Granny. But now, when I think back to that day, when I try to put myself in your shoes. It would have taken me a long time to make that decision. You're right, being smart isn't enough to fool death. But compromise and subservience won't get to the job done either. Catherine takes a drag on her cigarette and says nothing. I can't say I've thought this through. Can't guarantee we'll be able to drive out the Sarkaz. I've been feeling the weight on my shoulders ever since Rhodes Island told us that we didn't have much time. I'm afraid I'll do something stupid again. But I can't stop here. Otherwise I'll never be able to face Johnny, Gabby, and the Self-Salvation Corps fighters who gave their lives. Too young, too naive, little brat. You there, doctor. You look like you've got a grip on yourself, unlike this boy. Would you kindly take care of him? I'll do my best. There's a hidden compartment in the third drawer of my desk. What? The Sarkaz are watching closely. There's no place for you here. Read it and get out. Don't bring trouble to anyone else. Thanks, Granny. You catch a glimpse of Catherine's expression as she passes by you. Sorrow and gratification. Let's take a look, Doctor. Granny's room is over here. Is it going to be like the blueprints to the Steam Knights? Oh. Aladale. Do you have the goods? All here. How's Mr. Bader? I heard he's ill. Anyway, it's all here. Our business is concluded. Good. Please pass on my gratitude. One after another, heavily armored mercenaries emerge from the warehouse. Their leader walks towards the Self-Salvation Corps and extends the hand, not holding a weapon. Are you our new employer? I'm Todder. Hello, Todder. Thank you for making the trip. The container was a little stuffy. Not that it's much different out here. Huh! Welcome to Londinium. Teammate, take our new friends to the base. Watch out for Sarkaz patrols. Yes, ma'am. Come with us. So she's brought like a militia. Okay. The scales tip ever so slightly in our favor. We don't have much time left, Clavisia. They've begun culling the nobles. We've evacuated the ducal residence and moved to Hideout Beta, which is better concealed. It's safe for now, but I'm not sure for how long. The number of Sarkaz in the city is increasing. The bulk of their forces will return in 3 days. The Natch-Zahara... Okay, this is a word that's going to be a struggle. Natch-Zahara... Natch-Zera. The Natch-Zera king, the terrible corpse eater. Amir told me about his powers. He eats war, turning the battlefield into part of himself simply by standing on it. How do we defeat the battlefield itself? The Duke's fleet must be united to win. Our soldiers have to avoid him. That's why we need to move before he returns. They're living legends. The Sarkaz Royal Court. If they truly plan to suppress the entire city, over the heads of Lieutenant Colonel Latour and the defense forces. You're good at math, Clavisia. What are the chances we triumph over these terrible legends? Very good, then. The Self-Salvation Corps didn't come this far by crunching numbers. The fighters are doing their best. Whatever may come, at least our hearts are one, aren't they, Aladale? Huh? Oh, yes, of course. What are you thinking about? I'm thinking... I hope tomorrow goes as well as these past few days have. When is Siege gonna get her sword, man? When is she gonna... What is it called again? I forget what the actual name of it is. The King Bearer or the King something. I need that moment. Don't you think they've been going a little too smoothly lately? That's a good thing, isn't it? Good things don't happen on their own. I agree with Vina. You get lucky once, sure, but not every time. Hey, those men have been loitering for a while. The man on the corner glances at them briefly. He should not have been able to see so deep into the alley, but he suddenly pulls back his gaze and briskly walks away with his head lowered. Dagda. Yes? Tell Aladale. Tell the corpse to evacuate the warehouse district immediately. Yes, Siege. They want to know why. We are being watched. No time to explain. Dagda, Indra, Morgan, proceed with the plan. Oh? Is everyone out? I don't know. Run now, talk later. Siege is also a sad cat. Yeah, man, returning to your home and seeing it just in absolute ruin. Oof. Alright. Here we go. The actual stage time. Oh, she's cheap. I did not realize Sora was that cheap. Oh, okay. Which way is this guy gonna go? Is he gonna go down? He is gonna go down. Okay. Let's just deploy Sora now. Oh, okay, she does. Okay, I'm gonna do this just to keep her alive. Wait, how did she die? Eh? Chubai, go. Oh, that animation of Chubai coming down. Ooh. Oh my god, Siege is actually kind of terrible at gaining DP. Let's do... We're gonna have to deal with this, right? Does she doesn't reach it. Maybe we wait for Rosa. Yeah. Oh, this is a lot. She can only... Oh, she killed one. Okay. Seems like most things are going to come down this left line. Very nice, she survived it. Alright, I'm gonna just try and get this, what is this? Twigs that crave? I'm just gonna try and nuke this down. Because I really don't want this thing to be super strong when it spawns. Alright, Texas should be able to get that. Very nice. Alright, I think we got it handled. Very nice. I think I might, I'll keep Siege in, but I'm going to go to Siege's third skill and put in another DP generator, because she's really bad at DP gen. Oh, Texas does not need to be out there anymore, but... Oh well. Yeah, I'm gonna bring Texas back. Nice. Alright, so they just got attacked at the warehouse. What's going to happen now? They're going to have to retreat somewhere else? They're still on our tails. You should go. Someone of your station shouldn't risk her life for us. Would you say the same if it was Aladale or Clavisia? You're different. Heads down. Huh? Siege's hammer swings through the air, barely missing the fighter's head. A massive hole appears on the wall with the sound of bricks cracking. Within lies the severed hand of a Sarkaz caster, still holding his wand. Ooh. Different, am I? You... Stay close. I'm not in the habit of slowing down my fights. We haven't shaken them yet. These Sarkaz are persistent. Their uniform is the same, but the Sarkaz of Sudian are like children compared to these. They're different. What should we do? Keep making circles in the streets? You used to sit in front of a desk, didn't you? Yeah. I was an accountant. Why? How did you travel? By car? Yeah. Do you know how wide a Londinium alley is? How long it takes to run from one end of Wellington to the other? How many sewer entrances there are on each block? No? They do. Who does? Oh. Over here, Vina. Target sighted. Hostiles in the shadows. This way, Vina. I hear explosions coming from the safe house. The corpse fighters aren't moving quick enough. We have to cover their retreat. Ugh, this way. Siege! Dagda, what's the situation? Clavisia evacuated with most of them. Aladale... I'm fine. You're hurt. I can take care of myself. You should not have returned, Your Highness. They're inside. Kill them all. Forgive my bluntness, Siege. I don't think you should... You don't think I should have come back either? No, I don't think you should be at the front by yourself. Allow me to stand by your side from time to time. Very well, come forward, Dagda. You need to rest, Aladale. The daughter of the Duke of Cumberland can't lose to the daughter of the Count of Manchester. I know Aladale and Dagda better. Then I'll stand by your side as your friend, Aladale. What about you, soldier? Can you stand? Yeah? Then grab your weapon and fight. Londinium, this iron jungle belongs to us. It's time to show the Sarkaz who is hunter and who is hunted. Your station won't save you, Aslan. We don't care. The Sarkaz future is now. You'll be buried with the past. Wait. Look out! Ambush! Behind the shelves! You're sharp. Hey, over here! No, here. Oh, they're just bullying them at this point. Do it, Siege! Now then. Oh, he dodged. Look out! Oh. Flashy, but pointless. Playtime's over. Drop your weapon, and you can die a quick death. Make things easier for both of us. Sorry, I got careless. No need to apologize. The Sarkaz gazes at Siege, and Siege gazes at Aladale. She raises her hand slowly. Her hammer falls to the ground with a bang. She winks at Aladale, who raises the corner of her mouth. Wait, wind? But we're indoors. Oh, is this Aladale's ability? Oh. It's... Damn it, it's arts. Incoming. Vina, catch. Now then. Ah. Are you alright? I'm in a good mood at least. The warehouse is collapsing. Pull out. Surround them outside. Your safe house doesn't seem so solid. Safe houses aren't meant to be impregnable fortresses. Follow me. Oh, I was just about to ask, where are we during all this? But we're kind of back at the workshops. The hidden passage should be blocked under the rubble. but we need to up our pace. Ugh. You need to get your wounds wrapped, Aladale. I'm fine. Dagda, take the fighter back to the Self-Salvation Corps camp. We'll split up. Your Siege. You showed your leadership. Now it's our turn to show you what we can do. Thank you. Where are you going? Aladale's injuries can't wait. I'll find somewhere nearby. Wait, I remember this place. Surprised you still have an impression of this alley, Vina. That afternoon when you brought back the Size of Kings. That's it, the Size of Kings. With them. What? Nothing. Let's keep going. This path connects the palace to the ducal residence. Not many know of its existence. I have assurances from one whose word carries weight that Cumberland Manor will be safe until tomorrow. Enough for us to get these little flesh wounds treated. Alright, back to the Cumberland place then. Vina? You knew I was there. I know what sounds I should hear from outside my room. My dear Lady Vina, staring at me won't heal the wounds on my back. Would you kindly change the bandages? Right. Oh damn, she is... Okay, she's been through it. Look at those scars, wow. Ugh. Sorry, was I too heavy-handed? It's nothing. Just let my guard down when there aren't so many eyes on me. You bled a lot. How many times did you get hit? Most of them don't hurt anymore. If I reacted faster, maybe it would have saved you a scar. Escaping from those fighters was no mean feat. Besides, I've been wanting to thank you for days. You've helped the corpse a lot. You've even saved the old steam armor. I have a responsibility, Aladale. I don't want to see you lose anything else. Huh. No matter, Vina. If there's one thing I've learned over the years, it's that life usually doesn't go the way we want it. If it did, we wouldn't be hiding in this dark little room, and we wouldn't be sitting with a bunch of stinking bandages. Let me think. We'd be sitting in a garden, taking tea together, discussing poetry and the weather. We could go hunting. The alcorns are plentiful in the countryside this season. They run fast, but stop and stare when they see a crowd. Do you like hunting? She never got the chance, yeah. I don't know. I've almost forgotten how it feels myself. But I'm guessing you don't like dancing, at least not at those onerous dance parties in the social season. I don't like them either. The dresses are so much stiffer than hunting attire, and so tight they rob you of your appetite for the banquet. Huh, I can imagine. And... what? I'm thinking the hunting outfit would look better on you. Vina. Yeah? Perhaps we should have seen more of each other. Much more. Fate robbed us of a beautiful life against our will. Luckily, we still have the future. What's the matter? You look surprised. I'm talking about the future. You don't do that often. Back when I was running for my life, I hardly ever thought about the future. The past was in my dreams, and the future, it was in a fog where I couldn't see anything. This is not a flaw, Vina. It's a virtue. Nobles like to talk about the future, but most of them are more concerned about the dinner menu. It's not because they've grown numb to life, but because they understand how precious the present is. Like the present now. Yeah, like the present now. Alshi. Good morning, Lady Aladale. Everything is in order. The steam armor. Why have you taken it out? It's too big to take with us. Is that so? Has Her Highness Alexandrina left? Yes, she has her own mission. Your injuries are fine, thanks to Her Highness. I haven't seen you smile like this in a long time. Am I being too calm before the storm? It does bring back long-forgotten feelings to stand with Her Highness and the others. It's been some time since I encountered someone I could trust. Her Highness Alexandrina saved this armor for you. I may be a lowly servant, but I feel a sense of gratitude. It's the pride of Cumberland. Pride. The armor and your honored ancestors. I remembered how you used to talk to them. Children like to wallow in fantasy. But I learned 26 years ago that it's no hero, just a broken hunk of metal. We've all changed, yet the armor seems frozen in time. Do you like Her Highness Alexandrina? Her Highness is very kind. I've seen how she treats her fellows, eating the same food and sleeping in the same room. She's not like most nobles. She doesn't see them as her servants, nor will she abandon them. Victoria is fortunate. The heart of Her Highness is strong. Years of exile have not undermined her dignity and integrity. You said Victoria. What about yourself, my lady? What do you think of Her Highness? I hope she has a bright future. So I got a letter last night. 2 in the same day. She's impatient. But you've reunited with Her Highness. Do you remember how Her Highness came here with the size of kings, 26 years ago? Must have been a sign, and its portents might come true very soon. We've waited for so long, miss. You could... Allerdale, Cumberland. You will meet Vina again someday. Heh. I've long since given up waiting, Alshi. How long has it been since Jim left? He returned home to County Peninsula the year after the incident. 25 years? We haven't had a gardener for a quarter century. I used to love the bushes that grew here. They tripped me up from time to time, but the tiny golden flowers that bloomed from them were so beautiful. The first batch all died the winter after Jim left. Mother sent people all around and learned that it was the noblest breed from Minos. The money it took to buy those seeds would have fed an ordinary family of Londinians for half a decade. Your garden remains beautiful even without that particular kind of bush. I tried, Alshi. We all tried. You toiled tirelessly summer and winter in order to keep the garden in good shape. But without those seeds, our garden would never return to its former glory. I sent her a letter the 5th New Year's Day after Dad died. Her reply included the seeds that House Cumberland could no longer afford. Alshi, we've always been living like this. If the Duke was here, she always had tricks up her sleeve. No, my lady, I meant your father. Father? Father. I can hardly recall his voice now. Perhaps it's only in this garden that I remember how he held my hand, taught me how to swing a sword, knocked me down, then picked me back up and sat me on his shoulder. I wanted to preserve them many years ago, Alshi. I tried everything I could, the garden, the armor, and the shadow of my father. But there is nothing worth less than want. I remember how I wanted to become a steam knight when I was little. Alshi, sometimes, just sometimes, I think, growing up is such a cruel thing, isn't it? With the exception of a lucky few, we all become tired and unremarkable adults. Always treading carefully, not daring to speak our minds, grasping at straws when the waves are rough, and never letting go of the ones we find. What did you want to be when you were little, Alshi? Not the servant of a fallen house, surely. No, it's an honor to be by your side. I want the truth. Well, I suppose I listened to a lot of bards' tales when I was little. Ah, Alshi the Bard. Please don't tease me. Growing up means toppling, crushing, turning to dust the possibilities that we thought were within our reach when we were little. And here we are. Can I preserve House Cumberland's glory? It passed beyond my reach a long time ago. I, Allerdale, am who I am now. But even you cannot say who Allerdale will be, can you? Will be. I'm old, miss. I couldn't squeeze a tune out of an instrument, even if I had the chance. But you promised me. Maybe you thought it was just a childish fancy. But I've always believed that you could do it. To be a steam knight greater than Charles Lynch, greater than any of your ancestors. You do it for me, won't you? Enough, Alshi. She wouldn't permit. Then what do you want to do? I'm behind you no matter your choice. Take your time. You always make the right decision. Miss, permit me walk around this garden one last time. It's most dear to me, even if it's just a shadow of its former self. Allerdale wants to say something, but does not open her mouth. She watches someone with whom she has spent virtually every day of her entire life walk towards the center of the garden. They have been through the worst of times together, and have been transformed by them in ways they could not have imagined. Allerdale realizes that she has not seen Alshi smile like this for years. She feels a sense of tranquility, one that she has not felt in ages. If there is still a chance. Suddenly, Allerdale's attention is drawn to a speck of orange in the distance. Ooh, fires? It rapidly draws near and she feels the temperature around her rise. Oh, this isn't Tallulah, is it? What? Alshi, quick, we must! In an instant, the manor is engulfed in flames. I thought they were safe. Eh? Weren't they meant to be safe for a night? Your Highness. Quiet. You're disturbing my enjoyment of the view. Storied history turns to cinder, the proud manners of the nobles reduced to charred ruins. Tiles carefully sculpted and laid over centuries peel off one by one. Flowers collected from all the corners of the land wilt and wither. My orders were to investigate the nobles. Are you not happy with what I'm doing, Commander? Do you not enjoy the flames? Does the sound of blood evaporating not interest you? Hiss, hiss. Listen and savor, Latour, my friend. I'm examining every drop of blood, as is my responsibility. I will assist your investigation, ensuring that no traitor walks free, as is my duty. That guy's insane. Actually crazy. Oh, okay, I guess they weren't safe for the night. I'm betting someone rat them out. I don't know who yet, though. Also, is she actually going to get her up? I shouldn't ask the question that way. I hope that Allerdale gets the chance to get into one of those Steam Knights. God, I hope she does. Alright. A life for a life. Helplessness is the base shade to all life. Twigs that crave. Okay. Oh, we've got a few more twigs now. It does look like we've got some pretty decent places, though, to put range to try and deal with them. I am actually going to get rid of Sora. Yeah, she did not heal as much as I thought she was going to heal. Let's bring in another Vanguard that's actually decent at... decent at DP regen. Actually, mule size might be fire here. Let's take mule size. Suzerain, yes. We've rarely ever deployed Dusk. Siege, Rosa, Meteorite, Texas, QI. Okay, so there's only one lane, right? So we probably don't need... Actually, no, we can handle all that. We don't have too many melee. Yeah, no, this is fine. Let's go. Just Serta? Oh god. The answer to everything that is difficult in Arknights is just Serta. Oh, that's not going to have saved my comp, right? No, bugger. Who did we take? Oh, we took mule size, right. Was that the only change we made? I think so, right? Yes, okay. This looks like 1 year account. Hey man, don't make fun of my account. This account's somewhat decent, come on. Alright. There are some things that will never change, Alshi. Oh no. No, this with the music. Uh-oh. I'll grow up to be a steam knight. Just like Sir Lynch. No, even greater than Sir Lynch. I'll protect you all, and I'll drive every scoundrel away. I'll uphold the glory of Cumberland, just like my great-great-great-great-grandmother. I promise this, Alshi. You'll see. Ah, wait, no. Alshi! Hold on, I promised that I'd... Go, Aladale. The vampire is coming. He cannot find you. Alshi is here. I have to... You have to follow her orders. She will not allow you to deviate. Who is... You can't. We can. The Duke has ordered us to help you complete your mission. But we are not your servants. Do not forget her instructions. Do not forget your place. There is only one thing that you must do. Fulfill your duty. For an instant, Aladale forgets where she is and who is with her. She wants to run towards the fire that is burning away at what little remains of her life. Just like that night 26 years ago, when she wanted to run towards another fire to stop Parliament's men from taking her father. That is your sole responsibility. Aladale's eyes open wide. The tears in them evaporate before the fire. But she sees a great silhouette is rising in the burning garden. Is it the damaged suit of steam armor? The steam armor upon which she placed so many dreams and hopes. Return to the person of interest, now. Through so many trials and tribulations, Aladale had prayed that her great ancestor would descend into the steam armor and help her overcome all challenges. Now she sees the ancient armor breathing the flames of hell. She sees the shadow in the fire roar towards her. It is not her hope. She has strayed far from it. Even if her ancestor truly returned, Aladale knows it could only be her worst nightmare. Tell her I will obey her will, as always. I don't know who the her is. I'm thinking it's Teresa, but I'm not sure. I don't understand, Your Highness. I thought you were pleased with our hospitality. You even graced us with your presence at our banquets, did you not? You liked this place. I will not deny that you have brought me joy from time to time. I find your petty flattery and exaggerated cordiality adorable. You must be mistaken. I have no links to the Dukes or the Resistance. I swear. Any trouble must be the work of the Cumberland woman. I'll expose her. Sanguinarch, Your Highness, please. I'll give you anything. My collection, my money. Take all of it. Just... What good are those to me, my dear? You wouldn't kill me, would you? We should hold a wine tasting. You haven't sampled my private reserve yet. I'll be all right, won't I, Lieutenant Colonel Latour? This is Londinium. The Sarkaz are just here to protect Londinium at the invitation of the Duke of Cavendish. They wouldn't kill an innocent, of course. Take him to the front. I tire of the noise. Begin. Begin what? Run in when you hear the order. Confirm everyone is dead and you can come back alive. Into the fire? A fire that big? No, I'll burn to death. You're going to do exactly that. Oh my god. The ancient Sarkaz steps on the heart of Victoria and raises a finger. Ah! He did not see what was chasing him. As the Sarkaz warrior said, he follows the order instinctively, running forward like a man possessed. Oh, is this like mind control? In the fire, the slightest chance of survival. On his tail, the scent of certain death. Oh no, he's just like, I'm absolutely gonna die if I stay. At least there's a chance I might survive the fire? Damn. But he only takes a few steps before stumbling in confusion. Blood spurts from his body. It no longer belongs to him. It serves another master now. At its new master's command, it charges forth towards the collapsing manor, towards the raging flames, chewing through the ruins, swallowing the rubble, covering the cinders. Nothing can stop the march of blood, not even fire. He was right, Latour. I haven't sampled his private reserve. We should, shouldn't we? Damn. This is it. Wait here. Lund, Charlie. This is where you kill us. How do you know? Simple. You never told the workers what you were building for the past 2 years, but a factory boss gets a few clues. I guessed you were close to the final stages, the way you people have been pressing us lately, and that means it's time for those who know too much to die. You lied to me. Just getting my affairs in order. What could lowly workers like us do after groveling for the past 3 years? Don't you dare try anything. You, and you, come with me. We'll take a look around. Keep a close eye on our paprika. All right. Can I have a smoke? Okay. Thanks. Did you ever consider running? Where? And anyway, it'd only make trouble for the workers left behind. I've been thinking about what you'd do to us. Looks like whoever's giving the orders still has something of a heart. But what do you mean? You said to get rid of us quietly so the workers don't panic, didn't they? If my life buys a chance for the others to live, then so be it. You think the rest of the old-timers you brought here don't get that? I don't get it. Huff. How old are you, girl? Doctor, do you know the story of the Steam Knights? I've heard of them. Granny used to build them. It was a point of pride for us. With our own hands, we built the armor worn by the defenders of Londinium, the ones who defended our home. I wanted to see the birth of those great things, just like Granny, to take part in it. Granny's been through a lot. She saw how Londinium became what it is today, and I can see how disappointed she is. But I don't want to give up so soon. Must be this drawer. Hidden compartment, hidden compartment. Ah, here it is. Granny's incredible. I'd never know this desk had been altered if she hadn't told me. This is my badge and a notebook. The notebook's got to have the schematic, surely. I don't know who I'm writing this for, what I'm writing this for. Harvey died before Feist was born. Lindy tried to understand, but her sorrow turned into anger towards me. She blamed me for not stopping Harvey that day. I couldn't argue with her. I couldn't blame her for leaving Feist behind. I heard she remarried someone decent, good for her. I never told Feist. I didn't want him to know that his father died for nothing, and that his mother left with hate in her heart. Yikes, that's I guess you gotta tell them eventually, but seems like not the greatest time. So you grew up in Colombia? Yes, my grandma raised me. Mum and Dad were both mercenaries, but they're dead. Why did you become a mercenary then? To feed myself and Grandma. Sarkaz aren't welcome most places, so I had to be a merc. What a good girl. So you agree with the regent? You mean with occupying the city? I don't know. We do what we're paid to do. I didn't know we were going to occupy such a big city. In Colombia, we were helping merchants smuggle goods that they didn't want people to know about, or hunting wild beasts. But I can tell you, that was the first time I saw Grimm so excited. He said the Sarkaz would get to live a decent life if we were successful. Grimm. The smoker. Yeah. Where's he now? I haven't seen him around in a while. He's dead. Aren't you sad about that? He always said that death and parting are a normal part of the mercenary life. Death and parting. All these years of chaos and the Victorians haven't learned the slightest thing about the Sarkaz. Catch, girl. Huh? Catherine takes a little thing from her cigarette box and tosses it at Paprika. It is small, soft, made of wool, and bright in colour. This is a finger sleeve. Grimm. You made it for the old merc, didn't you? His finger hurt because of an old wound, but he couldn't cut the smoking habit. I saw him hide it in the cigarette box. Guess he didn't want to get it dirty, even though you made it for him to use. He gave me the box when he left. Payment for smokes those few months. He never talked about you, but the moment I saw you, I knew that you were the girl he was always thinking about. Oh no! I don't know what he thought about the war. But I know, without hearing it from him, you don't know what war is. Hey UC, how's it going? I had a feeling Feist would leave. He's too much like Harvey. He thinks he can solve every problem with his wits. Seeing him reminds me of Harvey. I can't tell if I'm disappointed because the protest failed or because Harvey didn't understand what the nobles were made of. Maybe a little bit of both. I let Feist go. I knew I couldn't stop him. Doctor, I thought about what I was going to say to Granny before I brought you back. I thought I was prepared. We've seen so much in our time. But I think I owe her an apology. Your family. Catherine always looks strict and solemn. People forget that she's just an ordinary woman who lost her livelihood. The Sarkaz don't let workers into certain areas of the factories. They're definitely preparing some sort of weapon. They shouldn't have the resources to hold out this long, not with the dukes breathing down their necks. But from the material being sent to the factories, with what I know of their situation, all the signs point to them having their own supply line. None of this was supposed to concern me. All I can do is protect the workers. But I noted things I shouldn't have. Maybe deep down, I thought I could do more than I did when I watched Harvey go out into the streets, if Feist came back to me for help someday. Workers aren't allowed near it, but I know the place too well. There are only a few places suitable for a supply depot. Here, Doctor. Granny circled some places on the map. They'll be heavily guarded. Yes, it'll be hard to get close to the depots. I wish I could say goodbye to Granny. Guess it'll have to wait until next time. Let's go, Doctor. See you, Hanks. Thanks for stopping by. A lot of us don't actually know what we're fighting for. It's just, we don't have a place to go. We're not welcome anywhere. The King of Sark has promised us a home, a country, a future. I've spent time with you people. I can tell that some of you haven't actually fought before. What about you? I can fight. Have you killed anyone, girl? And I'm not talking about a villain you can kill without remorse. I mean real people. You're just a worker. You haven't killed anyone. Don't talk to me like you know what it means. You've been in Londinium for a while. You've heard of steam armor, haven't you? I heard it's a powerful weapon that hasn't been seen for a long time. Yes, it's a killing machine. I built killing machine after killing machine with these hands right here. I don't feel ashamed, because those machines were used to defend the land I lived on. What about you, girl? Do you know what your weapon is for? Oh. She don't know. She doesn't know. A life for a life. Oh yeah, we got to deal with these things. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. And then I think I'm gonna put these here. They are gonna take damage, I think, from this. Oh, maybe it's not within range. Who are we gonna make it? Let's make it you, because you got the biggest range. And then we can put siege down. Actually, we need a healer. We need a healer before we put siege down. Alright, siege, go. Wait, what did that just say? Ah, I missed it. I don't know what this little truck thing does. It looks like it bombards though. The power of mule-sized clones. It compels you. Actually, I'm gonna put Chubai down. More damage. Alright, let's get Rosa going as well. The only annoying thing with mule-sized clones is you can't heal it. But I mean, they are incredibly powerful. This thing's not attacking. I'm confused what it's meant to be doing. Alright. Let's try and get more damage done onto this one. Maybe we do this just to break it. You know what? I'm gonna put Texas out to try and break this one too. Kokodayo. Alright, they have spawned. And the suzerain's leveled up. Beautiful. Oh, I thought that increased our range. Maybe not. Oh, there's a lot of damage coming out. Rosa might go down, but that... Oh no, she's fine. She's fine. Oh, mule-sized clones. Alright. George, everyone willing to go is here. What about Tommy? No sign of him. That's fine. Volunteers only. George, you found what Catherine left for you, Feist? Was it what you were looking for? Yeah, I'm glad. Now get going before you can't. Wait, what's going on? Do you know why the Sarkaz took Catherine? She knew too much. They're executing workers like her. Something didn't feel right, so I had Day climb to the top of the factory to check. What? Catherine kept it from us. She thought we didn't know anything. But we weren't stupid. We guessed what's going on. What are you gonna do? Nothing in particular. We've put up with the Sarkaz for a long time. More or less gotten used to it. Some folk think the Sarkaz will let us go, so long as we put up with them a little longer. Now they want to do away with Catherine. You'll die. Better than standing around and watching them kill Catherine. No one standing here has anything left to lose. Stop. You're with the Self-Salvation Corps. We've heard about you. Lots of us are happy for you. You've got more important things to do. Don't let Catherine's sacrifice be in vain. No. Doctor, I may have gotten some information from Granny. But as the leader of this factory, Granny knows more about the Sarkaz production lines than anyone else. She has significant strategic value, doesn't she? Undeniably. I request help from Rhodes Island. Are you there, Assalon? Oh, I remember this character. Is she actually playable yet? Dude, this character's... What the hell? This character and Silence are like... They're like elite operators that you just don't hear about. It's crazy. Here. I'm sure you've identified the hostiles in this sector. They've tightened defenses, leaving gaps on the outside. It's mostly loosely organized mercenary bands guarding the outer area. We need time. On it. Thank you, Dr. Assalon. She's currently on banner in CN. Oh, she was recently made playable on CN a few days ago. Ooh, okay, that's sick. That's good to know. Oh. We will 100% be pulling for her when that comes out. So I guess in 6 months. Ooh. He sticks his badge to his chest and goes in amongst the workers. Don't make any rash decisions, Feist. I'm not here as a member of the Self-Salvation Corps. I'm here as the grandson of Catherine, as someone who grew up in this factory. I belong here. Just like you, I don't want Catherine to die. I'm not gonna let her die, and I won't let you die either. The doctor's people will cut off Sarkaz communications. Once we rescue Granny and the other factory bosses, we'll have plenty of time to get out of Highbury. I'll lead you to the corpse. Everyone will be safe. Everyone should be safe. The workers exchange stunned looks, but they see the fire of hope beginning to burn in each other's eyes. One by one, they get behind Feist. They have decided to trust him. Feist, I'm going too. Tommy, thanks. But don't. Why? You hesitated because your dad's not well, right? But... And there's something I need you to do. No matter the outcome, you will report to the Sarkaz that we staged a riot. But... It's important. I have to keep the ones who stayed behind safe. Alright. Let's go then. We'll get the old hands back. Right. Ooh. Okay, apparently another elite operator is coming in the next CN Chapter 2. Oh, that'll be coming soon, right? Ooh. They usually come during the yearly anniversaries, right? Is there one coming up? I guess there must be. Catherine smokes her cigarette quietly. She watches as the Sarkaz drag one familiar face after another to the makeshift firing range. She sees on those familiar faces anger, disgust, resignation. Then, in the end, peace. She knows her turn will come soon. She feels a sense of calm that she has never felt before. Feist was right. Compromise and subservience will solve no problems. She must pay for her choices. But she got to see her grandson one last time and left him a little gift before she had to pay. That's enough. You're up, Grandma. Take her. I can walk on my own. Oh, Paprika. Grim never had you kill anybody, did he? Never. Here's your chance. Learn to kill. Okay, yeah, this character is 100% not just going to be able to kill someone that is innocent. 100% not going to be able to. This is how the Sarkaz treat a kid. I heard what you said to her. You're right. She doesn't know what war is. I didn't want to know what war was if I could help it. No Sarkaz does. But you left us no choice. None of you did. That's why it's time for her to learn. I like that look in your eyes, Grandma. It's the same look I've seen on buddies who died with their eyes wide open. CN anniversary is next month. Oh, nice. There's going to be a lot of nice reveals from that. It's going to be good. Oh, Ambient Synthesia is coming up soon too, right? Is that in May? End of April? I can't remember. I think it might be end of April. Oh, that's soon too. I've killed a lot, but it doesn't sit right with me, killing someone who can't fight back. You can go back where you came from, if you don't have the stomach for it. How do you know these workers didn't build the weapons they were used to kill your own people? Morals are for peacetime, or morals are for peacetime. This is war. It's an argument we never got to have on our fair, equal ground. I don't need you to tell me that, I just... Huh. A drone. Now! Oh. This is the place. I've scanned the area with the drone. Move. Oh, do they usually announce the new season there as well? Oh my god, yes. Oh wait, no, it's actually going to be sick. Season 3 of Arknights is going to be like the capstone of that story bit, that story arc. Ooh, that is going to be really good to see animated. Damn. I can't wait. That's going to be sick. Can't I let someone else do it? No. I'm sure Grimm taught you not to question your captain's orders. Either you kill her, or drop your weapon and I kill you. Do it. But, do it. I can't. I always said Grimm was too soft on you. We're not here to convince the Victorians to give our homeland back. If you can't do it, you're going to get it. A drone? Captain, the workers are revolting. What? Feist, we've got the doctor giving orders here. We'll keep the mercenaries pinned down. Go and get Catherine. All right. Are you out of your minds? Or shaky screen. No, we're not. Do you know how valuable an experienced worker is? They're in high demand, you know. Feist, you... You could have lived longer if you pretended not to know anything. Too bad Granny always says I never know when to shut my mouth. You think you can beat me? No. But maybe she can. What? What? Bollocks. That thing was heavy. Thanks, George. That felt good. Thank Feist. What about you, Sarkaz? Not gonna fight? Girl, your captain was right. This isn't the time to talk about right or wrong. We can't. But if you don't know what you're fighting for... No. You can't go. Guess I've got no choice then. Charge! What's going on? Where is everybody? I'm gonna have to report this. If I don't get a response... Rip. The Sarkaz warrior feels weightless. In his blurring vision, he sees a black figure just before he collapses. It was another Sarkaz. Dude, she looks so sick. I wonder what her kit is. I might have to look her up and see how she plays, because I imagine if she's on the banner, people have got her already, so they must know how she plays. I'm going to assume, being like the assassin she is, she's probably going to play a role like Texas Alter. Why, Sarkaz? Last one. Ascalon is talking to herself, but she puts away the weapon with complete confidence that she is right. She can clearly see the angry workers routing the Sarkaz mercenaries from her position. Violence without strength of numbers was easily broken before years of pent-up anger. The balance of power is reversed. Memories float to the surface. She casts her gaze in another direction, the center of Londinium. We've tied up all the mercs. How many injuries? Not many. The mercenaries with this kid were in a panic and slow to react. They didn't even make up their mind to fight. We just... You tried to resist, but you were ambushed by cunning Londinians. What is it? Hold up. Oh, I've got to make a decision. Ascalon has cleaned up outside. Their way, only a few old-timers had to die. Now the Sarkaz will have all your heads. Is this your clever idea, Feist? Put all these years of patience to waste? No. If we watched you sacrifice yourselves to save our skins today, there'd be another group of victims tomorrow. Until everyone only cares about themselves. And that's not your choice to make for all of us. You're right, but it's not yours either. This time, though, everyone came to rescue you of their own accord. The Sarkaz have occupied the city for years. Life is hard, but there are some red lines we can't let them cross. If we didn't come here today, The Sarkaz will eventually boil us all. George, you too? It's not all of you that are here. That means there are some who don't want to see me come back alive. Reality is crueler than you think, Feist. Right and wrong isn't so simple. But what's done is done. Catherine looks at Feist. It seems like she wants to say something. She does not, however. Let's go. Turn on those furnaces and get those hammers ready. We're building steam armor. Let's go. Oh damn, we're going into a full story bit. Before the flames of war catch alight, tranquility brings its own terror, swords crossed. Ooh, this seems like the tipping point. After this story bit, I reckon it's just going to be full out war. I wouldn't be surprised, actually. I'm going to make a prediction. After this story bit, 11:10, the background map is going to change from what is actually quite like intact warehouses and stuff, and it's going to turn into like fire and ruin. All right, let's jump in. Oh, these guys. Dude, I want to see more of these guys. These guys are sick. Guard this place. Watch your formation. Keep an eye on their movements. You know who it is we're facing. Don't be like those stupid mercs. Here she comes. Shining. Watch her hands. She could draw her sword at any... Watch the lights and shadows. Don't try to follow the sword. She's a healer though. She's not gonna hurt you. Continues approaching menacingly. The Sarkaz with white horns silently carries her sword in her arms. Wordlessly, she keeps moving forward. The guards instinctively step back. Hold your ground. She stops. Under the gaze of the guards, she raises her left hand and takes out a small piece of paper from within her tattered robe. I came as appointed, as he wished. No need to be on guard. Which way to Riverbank Street? Shining. What are you doing standing there? Get out of the way. I told you we had a family meeting today. Understood. What took you so long, Shining? I've been waiting. Salus. Oh, okay, now I'm confused. What's going on here? It's not time yet. Oh wait, is this the woman oh god, I can't remember her name. The lordly chick was talking about. Cumberland. It's not time yet. No, it's not. The leader won't be angry. Come in, dinner's ready. Look at you. Have you not had anything decent to eat since you left Londinium? I've talked to the leader. Tonight's menu is being prepared to Royal Victorian Academy of Sciences banquet standards. Oh, Shining. How long has it been since the old days, when we used to chat at the dinner table? Tell me what you've seen and heard. Leader, Shining's back. Welcome. Sit. This is your place. We just came to Londinium then. It was a long time ago. It has been empty ever since you killed those poor souls and fled with the test subject. That betrayal chilled the clan to the bone. But I don't blame you. Sit. Okay, I don't know the backstory on this. Does Shining have a side story? Because I don't know what they're referring to. I can't wait. I've hardly had a good meal lately, staying all night in the labs. She pulls a chair and sits by the right-hand side of the white-horned confessarius leader. He stops speaking and sits with his eyes half closed. A moment later, Shining puts down her sword and walks toward the only chair that is empty by the long table. Talk about your experiments, Salus. Work at the dinner table? All right. There isn't much to talk about. I'm doing my best to extract emotions from memories, but the voices of the dead don't linger long on my fingertips. I've gotten some results, but only fragments. I'm running into a bottleneck. The information is like branches cut from the tree. You can reconstruct the shape of the tree, but a tree can't survive without its roots, much less grow new sprouts. And I can't capture voices from further before. Never mind bringing them back to the present. Like time, life only goes in one direction. A description of its nature must necessarily be abstract and literary. Even the originium arts of you and Shining can only capture an instant. The King of Sarkaz is the exception. That knowledge and the technique are like a waterfall, yet we can never find its source or draw fresh water from it. My research has stalled since Shining's experiments stopped. What about you, leader? Is the Regent planning something big? You've been spending most of your time at West Halag, or the Shard. You hardly come to my lab anymore. The Regent's plan is at a crucial stage. I'm not sure I understand. From Kazdel to Kazdel, the Confessori's service to those in power has always been one of pure mutual gain. But you've been so close to the Regent that people on the outside are beginning to think the Confessorius is the Regent's lieutenant. Since when have we cared, Salus? This is hardly the first time they've misunderstood the Confessori. What's different about Theresis? I would not recommend saying that name within earshot of General Manfred. That's why I'm doing it in front of family. Like his predecessor, he came from no royal court, and his bloodline is far less pure than yours or Shining's.
None of their ancestors have ever caught the Confessori's attention. We've never gathered memories from their bloodlines. Even if the King of Sarkaz chose his sister, it does not mean that her brother... Just as I've told you, Salus, power comes from blood. Blood inherits memory. Memory accumulates sin, and sin forms shackles. Only those unbound by history can truly unshackle power. All right. May the glory of old return to the land under their majestic guidance. No, Salus. Succeed or fail, the Regent will make an impact on the Sarkaz. This is what is most frequently ignored. By the way, the test subject you took. What's her name again? Lisa, Liz? How's she doing? Liz is doing fine. Is oropathy taking its toll on her? She is unusual, even if Dame Kaoshi is at the medical institution you found. They may not be able to truly help her. I don't know who this Lisa person is either. It's good that she's back in Londinium. Your lab's still here with everything. You can bring her back any time. Is the food not to your taste, my dear sister? It's been such a long time since you've been home. Speak up. If this is about Liz, I apologize. But you know, Liz is not your average infected. Who's responsible for her suffering and consciousness? Who's responsible for her pain and memories? Can you continue to get along after she remembers all that? She's not family. You have to... She's my family. Oh. But she's going to become an empty shell if you don't come back to us. Don't forget why she was built that way. If you really care for her, I hope the end won't be too painful. Come back. I'm sure you understand. You understand. That's why you answered my invitation, isn't it? From Originium to the truth of the King of Sarkaz, we've reached a clearer conclusion. She's simply an old cage. We could build a new one if we had to. Enough. I've never seen you really angry, even when you hurt your own colleagues and took the girl. I guess I don't need to ask what you went through all these years. What I can see is that you see outsiders as more important than family. Salus empties her cup, which contained only water. There was no wine. She does not like drinking, especially at work. Her shadow sways under the light. This is not supposed to be a work day. You're not family. Haven't I made that clear enough? You have. Shining does not look at the untouched food or the other two Confessori by her side. She simply stands up, holding her sword in her arms. I've asked the men watching Liz to leave. There's no need to send me any more invitations. I feel like they're talking about something that I don't know about. The Confessorius group pops up sparsely in side stories. Okay. There's no need to send any more invitations. The next time we meet, I expect it'll be in battle. Ask them to leave? Shining, you really think you're going to just leave like this? There's nothing left for us to talk about. What if I said I don't want you to leave? You can't stop me. I think I can make you stay and chat for a little longer. No? The leader of the Confessori silently sips his wine. Shining can feel Salus activate her arts. She could leave by pulling her sword, but what would happen then? Will that really help her save Liz? Shining. Leader, I wasn't really about to use force against Shining. Why did you stop me? I've allowed you to act on your own. I've allowed you to be absent from my side. But do not interfere with the Regent's plans. Do not hinder the Sarkaz path to our long-awaited future. Shining, my sister. No one can truly break free from her bloodline, no matter how much she might detest it, how much she might desire to break those shackles. It is meaningless to try and deny the gift of blood. I thought you already knew. Not everything will go according to your plan, Father. Liz's nightingale? Oh. Oh, interesting. I might need to go back and read their, like, backstories. Like, their actual bios. There might be more information there. Your Highness. My, Latour. Why such a frown on your face? Is the wine not good enough for you? Or is the flavor of the food too light? Good wine should be paired with the futile resistance of the weak against fate, and the arrogance of heroes who drown in prophecy. Even I am amazed at how they write their own stories for their own entertainment. Unfortunately, our Victorian friends are too reliant on fiction. We've seen better stuff, have we not, Latour? I just saw you feed on a nobleman's wife and children to your troops. Oh, feed a nobleman's wife and children to your troops. I support the vetting of potential insurgents, but... Uh-oh. His voice dies in his throat. It is as though all the blood in his body has been forced to his esophagus. He falls to his knees and opens his mouth in desperation, but cannot find any air. A blood mist comes over his vision. He sees the vampire still sitting in his place, elegant and calm, not even bothering to look at him. Lieutenant Colonel, form up, protect the commander. You'll fight me here? That's not what the taste of your blood tells me. Fear, worry. They're screaming for you to back off, to run away. Hold the line. The lips of the soldiers are as pale as their faces. They hold their weapons with trembling hands, sabers, bows, what Victoria has made for them. They are the finest soldiers, unafraid of the streltsy of Ursus, the arts of Lithanian, or the broadside guns of Columbia. But they are afraid of the Sarkaz sitting before them. Put down your weapons. Stand down. Lieutenant Colonel, this is an order. Yes, sir. The soldiers back off in an orderly manner. It took all of Latour's strength to give the order. He stops resisting and accepts the eternal darkness that the Sarkaz has prepared for him. Then, he hears the silky voice again. Latour. I thought we were friends. Friends should trust each other, shouldn't they? I think I've been kind, overlooking those little extracurricular activities of you and your men. Deals under the table, black markets in the alleys. I've turned a blind eye to them because I don't think greed and desire should be punished. But I expect the same trust in return. Many ghoulish nobles keep foul beasts as pets, building jeweled cages for the adorable things, lying them down on soft and delicate cushions. All the foul beasts need to do is squawk, and they'll be served the finest food. When the foul beasts are in a bad mood and peck their masters eagerly tell people of the intelligence and personality of their foul beasts. But do you think the foul beasts have tamed their masters? Air returns to Latour's lungs. It takes him some time to stand again, his limbs still trembling, but he does his best to keep that trembling out of his voice. Thank you for your mercy, Your Highness. Ah, this guy. I remember this guy. March! March! Stay in line! I heard you were looking for me. How are your injuries? Same as ever. Won't interfere with the mission. Good. I just got a message here. Let me see. Lost contact with the mercs sent to Highbury. They should have been in communication an hour ago. The military commission is dissatisfied with the recent performance of the mercenaries. Soldiers must pay attention to a greater battlefield. The Regent and I had high hopes for the mercenaries. I'll find out what happened to them. No need, I've made arrangements. There's a possibility that they ran into an old acquaintance of yours. Who could be as concerned about the Sarkaz supply lines as we ourselves? Let me guess, Dr. Serpentine and Ascalon. Are they investigating the Hybrid munitions factories, or are they already preparing to attack other hubs with information about the supply lines? Tend to your injuries, mercenary. You don't need any more wounds before I find your old friends one by one. Doctor, you're here. Did you get the intel from the factory? Half of the puzzle. Not bad. I was thinking what I would have done to extract you and Feist if something went wrong. We had Ascalon. Yeah, we did. We had this badass. Can I ask you another favor, Ascalon? Oh, we're getting the gang together. Can you reach W? She operates on her own devices. That young Sarkaz mercenary. She may need help. W will know. Closure, did you see... Doctor! You turn around at that voice. You see a familiar sight coming towards you. Is it Amir? It is! We're here. Amir! Long time no see. Yes, same here. When you suggested that we split up a few days ago, I knew it was the right call, but at least we came back together all right. I'm so happy about that. What about your work with Closure? Don't worry, I'm pretty well prepared over here. I don't know if the defenses share the same weaknesses across Londinium, but there must be a common characteristics to the framework. I've updated the drone's intrusion program based on the intel from Misery and Horn, as well as the data taken from the artillery control room. Get the drone close to the core of the Defense Forces command tower, and I can break into the system and access traffic records from the past 10 days within 30 minutes. Can you do it in 20? Yeah, tomorrow will be a hard day. We've been probing the responses of the Sarkaz army within Londinium in the last few days. We expect Manfred and the vampire to show up quickly. Ascalon, Logos, and I will do our best to delay them. However, the longer it takes, the more dangerous it is. The Sarkaz of the Royal Court could appear at any time. Yes, Doctor. Dr. Kalshi is helping us delay the Natchzera and Lich, but there's only so much time she can buy. We can't handle multiple members of the Royal Court at once. Watch the signal and be ready to pull out at a moment's notice. Understood. Rhodes Island and the Self-Salvation Corps are ready. Oh, it's gonna go down. Oh, interesting, Yozzy. Interesting. Aladale, the mercenaries are looking for you. Sorry, I was distracted. What did you say? No, I'm the one who should apologize. Maybe we could have saved Aoshi together if I wasn't so anxious to leave. I know she's important to you. She's my only family. Ask Cumberland is no more. One woman does not make a family, eh? Maybe it was something that should have happened a long time ago, delayed until today. Don't say that, Aladale. That vampire will be made to pay, I promise. The steam armor was lost in the fire. Maybe that's for the better. That way I won't have to see it anymore. Vina, can you take me to the Glasgow gang? I can pretend nothing ever happened. I carry nothing on my shoulders. I'll just be your brain trust. Sorry, I forgot you had Morgan. I'll just be a thug then. We'll bomb the Sarkaz camp together. You light a fire and I'll kick their commander's ass once there's smoke. I'm joking. I know. My path is long determined, Vina. Why do you say that? You're still with us. The Glasgow gang has more stories to write. So, the answer is yes. I'll make sure you come back unharmed after kicking that commander's ass. That's my promise. Ooh. Again, they're playing this music, which is giving me a sense that this is a massive death flag, and Aladale is... yeah. She might not be coming back. I see. Thanks. Let's leave the jokes at that. I'd begin to believe them if this went on. Alright, I've got to go. Totter and the mercenaries are waiting for me. We need to double check our route. Get ready, Vina. The size of kings is before us. I'm so interested what the power of this is going to be. Would you have said yes if she truly invited you to leave? Lavisia? The walls of Londinium are tall. You were able to escape their shadow. But you did. You escaped the palace and escaped Londinium. Perhaps Aladale envies you because of that. She has forced herself to carry the Cumberland name for 20 years. But you're different. You thought about leaving your name behind, didn't you? I can't deny that. But I'm here now, regardless of what I thought. Victoria is on the brink right now, and I must fight for her. Victoria. Kings, nobles, merchants, soldiers, workers. People often use the word Victoria to justify their actions, but it has done nothing to quell the endless conflict over the centuries. Who defines what Victoria is? Is it the 60 nomadic cities and the land around them? The 40 million people that live within? Or the monarch who rules them? Your Royal Highness Alexandrina Vina Victoria. Why have you come back when you say you come back for Victoria? Oh, she's not going to get to answer it? Okay. The noble mansions have been burned to the ground. Wonder how many survivors there are. The Sarkaz are planning something big and the defense forces aren't trying to hide it anymore. This street may never be the same again. Golding knows that the visit from the commander means her identity is no longer a secret. She wanders the streets aimlessly, filled with a deep feeling of helplessness. Perhaps it was always futile for humans to fight the tide. Adam's bookstore is open, but the familiar warm, yellow light is absent. Golding has a bad feeling. The bookstore is empty, but the smell of blood fills every corner, so thick it might as well have taken physical form. Golding realizes that the ground is sticky. Ooh. Not just the ground. The counter, the cashier, the books on the shelves, and the teapot that Adams always had by his side. Everything has been painted a shade of light red. Blood. The nausea that has been bothering Golding for days explodes uncontrollably. She runs out onto the streets and begins to vomit. Are you okay? Molly. You don't look well. Here, take my shoulder. We still have time, Lady Golding. Your part is not over yet. Wait, isn't this the shapeshifter? You said that education was your strength, didn't you? My strength. Let's go back. We've persevered for so long. We'll see this to the end. I'm counting on you. Don't worry. We'll get our new friends to the base safely. You're not coming with us. I have another mission. Your grandson is a pretty big deal in the corps, after all. Real big deals don't usually boast about it. Oh, and I have to return this to you, Granny. Your badge. I'm not a worker anymore. I shouldn't be wearing this outside. being smart isn't enough to fool death. Those who are gone will never come back, and the wounds left behind do not necessarily fade with time. But I don't want to spend night after night in regret, staring at machines with no one to use them. Because we'll go into each and every night. I will carry the torch left behind by those who are gone and keep walking until the cold is driven out and the path ahead is no longer dark. And even then, I'll keep walking. Not for some ethereal hope, not because I'm still waiting for someone to make a stand for us. You said it, that we built Londinium with our own hands. Even if the city is reduced to rubble tomorrow, we'll start rebuilding it the day after. Fi says all that in one breath. His words are met with silence, but he finds that the silence no longer makes him anxious. A thought comes to mind as he gazes upon his grandmother standing by the production line. When did her hair turn so white? Huh. Go if your mind's made up. Let me see. Bye, Granny. Feist. Feist glimpses a small card flying towards him from the corner of his eye. It is the badge that he just returned. He smiles. I'll be back, Granny. With victory. I know you'll be proud of me, so there's no need to say it. What I really want to know is, I'll be proud of this factory no matter where I go in the future. And you too. Also, I've thought about the question you asked. The things that disappointed you so much, the betrayal, the suspicions, people who just can't work together. I know we'll have to face them again. But if knowing that means we have to abandon our trust in others, then we won't survive this war. We have to face it sooner or later, win or lose. One more thing. I've never seen inside the suit of a Steam Knight, but I'll always remember the silhouette hammering away by the production line. You've always been my hero, and you always will be. Huh. Bye, for real. Before this gets too awkward. The production line keeps running, as though nothing has ever changed. Brat. Feist hears a familiar sigh from deep inside the factory. He waves without looking back and walks into the sunlit outside. Uh-oh. Oh, the map didn't change. Not yet. Not yet. What we know is unalike. Our arms should be faced at the enemy, not at one another. Oh, infighting? Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, we don't have any more of these twigs that wither or whatever they're called. Okay. We do have drones though, and we have 2 ways that they can get in. Cool. Is Mule Size still good? Yes. Yes, she is. I think this is fine. I'm just going to switch out Dusk, because I'm not really finding much use for Dusk. Let's bring in... I always kind of fall back to Ashton. Maybe we'll use Hollow Hayak. She's cheap as well, so you can drop her way earlier on. 9:37 a.m. Near the City Defense Force main command tower, Orkdarig district of Londinium. All Rhodes Island Spec Ops team Amia hands. Wait, what? What? That is a lot of words that doesn't really say anything right there at the start. All Rhodes Island Spec Ops team Amia hands. As per our plan, we'll work with the Self-Salvation Corps and launch an ambush on the Londinium Defense Forces command tower. We have only one objective: obtain the message logs from the defense system about the Sarkaz supply line. These messages will determine the successes or failure of our entire Londinium operation. And that's even if we most likely can no longer stop Therasis from declaring war on the Dukes. But if we get our hands on this information, we'll have a chance to slow the pace of the war and reduce the sacrifices that come with it to a minimum. We may have come well prepared, but we need to expect the unexpected. All of us know in our hearts that, in the coming war, each battle will be more difficult than the last, but we came all this way for the same, unshakable goal. It's time to keep going. Let's go, Amir. Doctor. Amir, we have another emergency on our hands. Doctor, I know you're worried about me. I can't say for sure that I'm ready, but ever since we left Sudian, I've been thinking what it would be like to see her again. If she stands opposite us, I want to know why. I want to feel everything that she feels. Just as I told the operators, I would never forget why we came here in the first place. I understand very well that the future of the Sarkaz and the whole world that Teresa hoped for is slipping further and further away. It's exactly the future that I, Dr. Kaushi, and all the operators who came to Londinium with us hoped for. For that, we are prepared to face anything, and we will fight each battle like it's our last. Let's move then. Right, Doctor, let's go. Oh, we have rooftops? Oh, it's this guy. Boo. The Sarkaz army has been quick to mobilize lately. Yes, Lieutenant Colonel. Everyone has been saying what? They've been saying that the Sarkaz are going to strike the Duke's forces soon. When that happens, they'll throw us onto the battlefield as their cannon fodder. My apologies, Lieutenant Colonel. I've spoken out of turn. No, I don't blame you. We all trust you, sir. We all know how difficult it is to negotiate with the Sarkaz. But you've done it. All these years, it was you who kept us safe. Even the time the Duke of Stafford revolted. If it wasn't for how accurate your judgment was, I would have been killed long ago by the rebels' cannon fire. You saved us time and again, and you protected the city from all sorts of conspiracies. As long as you're behind the decision, not one of us will question it. I know that. It's precisely because I know that. What's that sound in the streets down there? It's the cargo track. They must be transporting construction material for the Sarkaz. On guard. Oh? What's going on? Good morning. Wait, where did all these men come from? Save your breath unless you're willing to cough up the coin. Mercenaries? Who sent you? Which Duke? Oh, it's Rock. We don't know any Dukes, and they certainly wouldn't know us. Are you the rebels? We're the Londinium Citizens Self-Salvation Corps. Self-Salvation Corps? You know what this is about. You should have been the ones fighting the Sarkaz, but you chose to raise the white flag. That left us no choice but to rise up ourselves. Hold your ground. Don't let them into the tower. Soldier. You're Victorian, aren't you? I am. 20,000 Defense Forces men are stationed across the city. Aside from those who were killed or captured, every last one of them is bound to the land they stand on by the same order, becoming an accessory to Sarkaz crimes. There is no way you are not aware that the Sarkaz will soon be launching a war on all of Victoria. When that time comes, will you still stand with the Sarkaz against your own friends and family? Perhaps all you want is to survive, but you are not Sarkaz. You will never truly earn their trust. Once the war begins in earnest, they could abandon you at any moment. I can see your hesitation. In the end, you are only footmen. It is the man who gives your orders, not you, who we must confront. So, stand aside. Do not give ground, not one of you. We will hold the line here. We are soldiers. We trust our commander. We must follow our orders. I guess it's a fight then. Lieutenant Colonel, the enemy is attacking the defensive line. No idea where or how they came. All of a sudden, even if they snuck along the cargo track and managed to slip past the Sarkaz checkpoints on the surface, there's no way they could have gotten through the tower surveillance system. Unless someone hacked the system and took down all the sentinels within a very short period of time. But that's impossible. Or nothing is impossible. A shadow flies toward him. He can smell the scent of death, unlike the sense of vicious suffocation he felt before the sanguinarch of vampires. He knows he will die a quick and relatively painless death, which is why he chose not to pointlessly attempt to dodge. Out of my way. Oh, Rhodes Island. So you've come after all. Ascalon, how long has it been? 9 days ago, when you barged into West Halag, were you also prepared to brandish the weapon the general bestowed upon you directly at him, as you are doing now? Yes. And unlike you, I will not hesitate. Oh, she's so cool. God damn it. It's only 6 months away. Only 6 months. We got this. We can save. Right. And let's put you here. Bloop, bloop. Oh, that's actually kind of a bad spot. Alright, I might have to put it here just to block. Unless we just do a melee one. Maybe we do a melee. It's probably waste, but oh well. Oh, this one's gonna go around this way. Boo. Actually, we can block here and still get the assistance of everyone here. Alright, we need a healer. Wait, I thought the melee one was meant to heal. Oh god. Get levitated. Oh my god, it doesn't get levitated? Hello? Alright, and then we need probably Chubai down here. 18, 19, 20, Chubai, go! God, that's so cool when she falls down and has like the umbrella and she like floats down. Ooh. How many places have we got? 2 more. What? Londinium mobile defense artillery. Long range, locks onto the target with the highest max HP and bombards it several times. Okay. Who's that? Wait, really? There's no way it's Hollow Hayek. Really? I thought it would have been Chubai or Siege.
Uh-oh. 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 Oh, it was within their range, I think, because they're not attacking anything anymore. If I put her in, she's gonna get targeted by this. I might actually put her down just to draw fire. Oh god, we've got nothing up here. It's gonna have to be a Texas moment. Alright, very nice. Not within range yet. There we go. Oh my god, look how fast it attacks. What? Oh, it's gonna go all the way down here this time. Okay. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we don't have a proper healer here. Oh my god, and the suzerain levels up. Useless up here. Uh-oh, here comes the bombardment. Not that much damage, actually. Nice. Alright, we haven't run into a super big challenge yet. But I expect difficulty is about to ramp the hell up. Yep. Speaking of that, it's a boss. Come as a torrent. The one stood here has no particular status nor reputation. Her goal is simply that peace may return to the people's lives. Actually, we haven't seen Horn yet. What's Horn doing during all this? And Bagpipe, where are they at? Ooh. Ooh, what is this? Okay. Think Mule Size is gonna be strong here. Actually, hold up. Maybe she's not. Oh, she's not actually. Let's get rid of her and bring in... Let's bring in Black Knight. I think Rose is going to be a little bit difficult to use here, so let's bring in someone else. Let's try Executor, because I don't use him a lot. Dubai, Meteorite, Texas, Saria, Hibiscus, Black Knight, Suzerain, Cruise, Hollow Hayek, and Siege, and Executor. Yeah, that looks good. Come as a torrent. Oh, we're straight into it. Okay. How do we want to do this? There's no range tile. Boo. We're gonna have to deal with these two. Ooh, misclick. Sure. Alright, then we probably need to focus on these things and get them down before they get big. Oh, this guy's kind of annoying, actually. Let's put Chubai down. Okay, this should be this area pretty well defended. Let's work on this stuff. We are going to need a healer actually back here. Ooh, I guess that's the best we can do. Alright, that's going to be dealt with pretty soon. Oh, it's a missile carrier. Uh-oh. What can we do here? What would be good? Maybe that? Uh-oh. Yikes. Jeez, okay. We're okay, we're okay. Yeah, this thing's actually kind of weak. Luckily, it's pretty weak. Let's put Executor here, because this is where most of it's grouping up. Let's get Texas to break this. Chapter 11 is rather chill and easy compared to 10 and 12. Oh. Okay. Uh-oh. Well, rip. Where's this guy gonna pop up? Here, right? Yeah, that should be fine. Uh-oh, he's loading up. I think Executor's dead. Yep. Oh, weird. Look at that. If it dies, it doesn't target anyone else. Oh, the drones are coming. Oh, it's the kamikazeing drones too. Rip. Well, bye, Hollow Hayek. I'm gonna put Black Knight out again.
Okay.
Rip. Oh my god, there's a lot of them coming out. That sucks. It looks like we're gonna hold though. Yeah, this looks fine. Very nice. Cool. Story? Oh. We're here. This path connects the palace and the ducal manor. Golden Mane. What did you just say, Vina? No, it's nothing. It's been a long time since I saw them. Not long ago we left this place. Today we walk these ancient bricks again. This path has likely never been trodden this frequently. It was only meant for emergencies. Too bad. Be it the ducal manor or the palace, it has never really served anyone in their time of need. Mercenary, if you don't want to buy everyone here a drink, you'd better not joke about that. Right then. Aladale, you said I once came back through this passage with the size of kings. I really don't remember that. This has me very restless. It's as though I'm purposefully avoiding a great responsibility. Vina, it's okay. You were too young then. Anyone who tried to force any kind of responsibility onto a child that had only just learnt to speak would have to be extraordinarily selfish. No mistake about it. Apologies, I might have insulted someone close to you. Actually, I rather agree with what you said. But now we've come back nonetheless. Responsibility, miracles. I have no idea what they expected of me, nor do I really care. But I stand here today and I have something I must accomplish.
I shan't take on any titles because of it. I'm doing this so that the people will know peace again. Ah, we are approaching our objective then. Sirs, please tear down the brick wall blocking the path up ahead. Be quiet, don't let them find us. We need to go down from here. Right, As I walk through the darkness, I hear footsteps from behind me. Golden Mane. What's the matter, Vina? Never mind, let's keep going. Is Golden Mane the lion? No one on our tail. The Sarkaz could have figured we would go down. They must be throwing quite the party above us. It's possible that our allies are sacrificing their lives in this intense battle. I was actually apprehensive when Aladale proposed this plan. I should be standing with the corpse fighters and the Rhodes Islanders. The Doctor's plans is meant to ensure our operation remains undetected. No matter what happens above ground, we must get our hands on the Size of Kings. It is the key to foiling the Sarkaz's plans, and can even turn the tide of the war. This sword, I've only heard of it in stories. It was the sword of the Aslan forefathers. As the legends go, it was forged for the Aslans by the fairy of the grasslands. A pasha of yore once beheaded the poltergeist king with it. Then the Aslans came to Victoria to rule, and it became the symbol of their reign. According to some historical records, in the days before the nomadic cities came to be, the kings once cleaved catastrophes with it. Whoa, what? For centuries, there was not a single storm to threaten Londinium. Ooh, what is this? The masses believed that as long as the Size of Kings remains, Londinium would overcome all her foes forever, be they powerful poltergeists or terrifying catastrophes. Can't really believe... I do. I believe in Vina. It's like you're trying to change the subject. Of course I believe in Vina too, but you can tell right away it's just a fairy tale. That's not real. That is in fact not a fabrication to legitimize the Aslan's reign. It really can cleave catastrophes. If the Shard, with its ability to pull in storms, is Victoria's spear against the outside world, then the Size of Kings capable of rending catastrophes asunder is its strongest shield. The spear is known far and wide, yet the shield exists amongst almost only in legend. But if we are able to wield this power, we will almost certainly be able to stop the Sarkaz's ambitions. Aladale, you're very familiar with our Realm Blade. I'm only fulfilling my responsibilities as a member of House Cumberland. Have you seen the blade with your own eyes? Technically she did. Yes, but only once. What I saw was something that could only happen in a dream. What did the blade look like? It was beautiful. It has the power to liven one's heart. The moment you lay your eyes upon it, you'll believe from the pit of your soul that you can triumph over anything. A bit over the top, isn't it? Legends. Maybe that's about the Sarkaz. Is that sword especially good at cutting Sarkaz? Is cutting all you think about? If Vina hadn't beaten the Sanguinarch Bloody with her hammer the other day, it'd have a story like that in 200 years. Huh. That just might happen. Then Rhodes Island will become the fairy that bestowed the hammer. Closure will probably be happy about that. The Ark of God in the Barren Lands. The Return of the King. How's that a story? It's all real. In 20 years, the story of the great King Vina leading the Londoners to chase out the King of Sarkaz is bound to become a favorite story of all the kids that run around in front of the houses. Then I've got to spend some time thinking how to better tell Vina's story. This isn't my story. The bold, fearless Hannah Indra Jackson, the witty Kate Morrigan, and the loyal, tenacious Isabel Montague. Also, the noble, upright Aladale Cumberland. This is your story. Huh. Let's keep going. The story isn't going to write itself. Kingaskath, the Sigh of Kings. In her heart, Siege thinks to herself that she must have seen it before. There are only vague fragments of memories and unclear voices. Impassioned voice. Is this the king or is this Aladale's father? My daughter, come, take this sword. Is it calling to you? Feel it. Feel this voice. Feel Victoria. Must be the king. The palace is burning. She wants to climb up and see what kind of show they are putting on outside. Things are always very lively on the king's birthday, but all she sees is fire. The fire rages. There are also many men in uniform, either fleeing in all directions away from the flames, or lying lifelessly on the ground. The earth trembles. She is suddenly worried about the glass foul beast by her bed. It's a gift that she has just received. Lately, she hasn't been able to sleep without hugging that delicate little trinket. Her Royal Highness Alexandrina! Don't go back, it's dangerous. Thank goodness you ran outside. You're their only objective, aside from His Majesty. His Majesty. His Majesty has... No, you needn't know this. He left us with one final order, to get you away. Vino, what's wrong? You've been rather out of it since we came underground. I remembered something. Something I thought I'd forgotten long ago. The kind that hurts to remember, or the kind that brings you joy? It's just a voice. Your Highness, you must walk the rest of the way on your own. You were here not too long ago. You remember, don't you? They're coming for us. No matter what happens, you must keep running down this passage. Do not turn back. She listens to the officer and keeps running. The path ahead is pitch black, but she is more afraid of the star-like glow chasing her from behind. She runs and runs for a long, long time. She's forgotten where she started and where she is going. She's almost cried all the tears she has, and the path before her is so long that she can't see its end. She runs and runs, and a huge golden mane appears beneath her. She holds tight to the warm golden color, and it feels as though she too has become a wild beast dashing on all fours. At last, she no longer fears the nightmare that chases her. She cries for the things she has lost no more. Instead, she dashes forward freely in the darkness. Well, that's a big door. The phantoms have disappeared and the memories recede like the tide. She finds herself standing in the middle of a long path. At the end of the path is a door. The door divides life and death, and whether it leads from life to death or from death to life, it opens only to the King of Victoria. We're here. No, don't cut away. She was about to get something. Open the doors, please. Why do I get the feeling that that is going to be a cut on that story arc or that storyline, and then we're not going to see Siege for like another three chapters, like 3 operations? And then she's going to come out and she's going to have the sword. Oh.
Or the shield, actually. It might be a shield, but I think it's the sword. I think it's the sword the lion had, right? The way back is cut off. We can only press onward. Aladale's guard. Oh, okay. We might be looking to go a lot of melee characters here. Let's bring in some guards we don't use much of. Chen, get in here. You know what, Bybeak? We don't use you often. Who else we got? Actually, this might be good. Yeah, I think this will do. Cool. Ne'er to stop. Are we going straight into it again? You bastard. These goddamn kamikazeing aerial units, man. Where do we want them to get caught? Probably here. We'll try and get them in this tile. Alright, next melee unit's gonna have to go up the top here. That might be a Chen play? Yeah. And we can put our healer down here. Nice. And then let's put you by here. Then we've only got 2 more spaces. We might not even get Bybeak out. There's not really a place to put her. Oh no, we need a proper healer. Keep her alive! I haven't actually seen what this unit does for its attack. Let's hope it doesn't deal a lot of damage. Oh, wait, does it lay down? Oh, it does. It lays down the, like, AoE damage thing. Oh, no, it doesn't. What? Right, I'm confused. I'll take it. And then this will hit me. The first one it shoots does. Okay, got it. Uh-oh. Goodbye, meteorite. You fought well. Take him out. Damn, that's actually a sick ability. What? Oh. Oh, you don't need to be there anymore, Texas. You're all good to go. Let's put Bybeak here. Let's get her to get some damage out. Oh god, they're stealing Bybeak's ability power, man. No, she's not gonna get to use her ability. She does decent amounts of damage, but it's not good enough compared to other characters, which is unfortunate. Bybeak, you would have been good. Or you could have been good, I guess. Nice. All right. Nice. Another fairly easy clear. 11:14. A face-to-face meeting. But that ideal is antithetical to the now, making it all more lamentably dire. Oh. Okay. So I think I want to make my front line here, because this is where all the range tiles are, and then if we just line this up with range damage, we can kind of get both lanes. Yeah. Alright, so we now we need to switch off of let's bring in you. Actually, let's bring in you. Now we need to switch out all our melee damage for range damage. Actually, that might be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's probably only 4 tiles. Let's switch you out for something. Actually, we got anything? No. Yeah, let's try and find something in here. Actually, let's bring in La Pluma. I only just recently leveled up La Pluma, so might as well bring her in. This is still a flashback, right? Yeah, 4 years ago. Oh, no, this is recent. Time goes by fast for your race and your country compared to the Sarkaz. Not long after the Titan that was Gaul collapsed, Victoria and Lithanian feasted on its remains as quickly and ferociously as they could. It was only been a few dozen years and the Gallic era has long since come and gone. You never witnessed Corsica Eye's battleships and cannons. You have never known Linone's prosperity and pride. The land of your father's generation have been integrated into the territories of Victoria's most provincial nobles. The uniform you wear is that of a high-ranking Victorian officer. The medals you wear are all Victorian. You speak the most standard Victorian as the Londinian nobility do, without even the slightest hint of Gaulish accent. When you walk before me and claim you want to negotiate with the Sarkaz, what gives you the right to call yourself ghoulish? Your Highness, Gaul has not a single city left. The man who stands before you is not a ghoulish man, but a ghoulish survivor. Some of us live in Victoria, some in Columbia, and some in Lithanian. We did not choose this exile. We've long been without a place to call home. You wish to rebuild Gaul? Yes, just as you and the other Sarkaz wish to rebuild Kazdel. 2 centuries ago, the Gaulish Empire's artillery battalion was also surrounded the walls of Kazdel. And now you will speak of yourself in the same breath as the Sarkaz. Victoria was in that war against Kazdel too. And from what I heard, the reason you and the military commission were able to enter Londinium was precisely because of an invitation from Duke Cavendish. Then I'm certain you've heard what has become of him. 10 days ago, Duke Stafford stirred up an uprising in Londinium, and Duke Cavendish stepped forward to put a stop to his scheme. The Londinium defense forces joined the battle as well. Too bad, neither Duke Stafford nor Duke Cavendish survived the other's cannon fire. I'm sure you know this better than me.
The other dukes are all paying keen attention to Londinium's situation right now. No matter what you are planning to do within the city, you will need a new helping hand. This is how you will work with the Sarkaz. Correct. As you can see, the Ghoulish Remnant will fully support all of Kazdel Military Commission's activities in Londinium. In exchange, we only ask that you return the few ghoulish cities to ghoulish rule in Victoria's forthcoming chaos. What good is my promise? A nation's destruction has nothing to do with the number of cities it has. I understand that, Your Highness. But we can't afford to wait for a more opportune time than this. I know a youth vanguard. He once served directly under the Ghoulish Emperor's guards. When I met him, he was already 60-something. However, the guards had long disappeared during the Battle of the Four Emperors. He never got the chance to become a VX vanguard. He told me about the Spirited Emperor, their indomitable fleet, and the troops' idle conversations during mobilization. Over the decades, he has always insisted on telling his stories in Ghoulish. Now he lies in a small sanitarium in the Chep Borough in Londinium. I paid him a visit not too long ago, and he has already forgotten how to speak. Even so, whenever he sees Ghoulish Imperial-style architecture on the telly, his muddy eyes regain their former vigor without fail, and he lifts his spasming hands to clap. He will be gone in no more than 5 years. The last generation of ghoulish men who have truly seen ghoul with their own eyes is dying. Your Majesty, you are right. Compared to the Sarkaz, our lives are insignificant. Our memories cannot be passed on through our blood. When the final witnesses pass away, our memories of ghoul will disperse with the wind like the Empire. When that moment comes, ghoul will truly be lost. All we can do is to grasp at the ashes as best we can. Ballista! Fire! Hold the ceiling layer. Do not let them get any closer. These Defense Forces men, a tad bit stubborn, aren't they? Because their leader is still up there. These soldiers really respect their commander. Commander? The Sarkaz are here. The Rhodes Island operators are engaged in battle with them. Back them up. We need to draw the enemy's attention on this facade of a battlefield to the best of our ability, to buy the Doctor time.
Yeah, how's this gonna go down?
My guess is the mercenaries at Highbury died by your hands. War is imminent. Both you and I know it in our hearts. Ascalon, you were born and raised in Kazdel. The general plucked you from a corpse pile. The regent taught you to use a weapon to defend yourself in your homeland. But now at this moment when all Sarkaz must stand together, what are you and those Sarkaz at Rhodes Island doing? Are you going to give our information to the Victorians? To a group of outbloods that once trampled upon Kazdel? You betrayed the promise you once made. You betrayed Kazdel. Kazdel is several thousand kilometers from here. During the Civil War, you chose to become Babel's assassin. I couldn't stop you, nor did I have a reason to. After all, you were serving Her Majesty Teresa, the sole king of Sarkaz. But what do you serve now? A phantom of the past? The Civil War ended long ago, and now even Her Majesty Teresa has returned to our side. 4 years ago, you were the ones who killed her. And now you will sully her death so dishonorably.
Oh, she's multiplying.
Oh! Who's the real traitor? Ugh! Ascalon's attacks cuts through his arts. The two of them have been different since they were small. He learned much from the general, swordsmanship, military theory, and how to play political games. Yet Ascalon remains as pure as the weapon in her hand. On the battlefield she cannot be swayed by any words. Her eyes always focus on her highest priority target. Latour! Oh. This blood. A thick, viscous, blood-red color rapidly seeps out of the ground. It turns into a barrier harder than a wall dividing Leto and Ascalon. Doctor, the drones have detected another squad of Sarkaz fighters closing in on our position. No, not just Sarkaz fighters. That surging red. Here comes the vampire. Let Amir and Logos know. Okay, Doctor. It's pretty much going exactly the way you said it would. He's heading straight for the top of the command tower. The vampire's twisted stubbornness is really giving away his movements. I won't be affected by that, will I? How are we doing with the drones? Good news! This command tower is very close to the city walls. I've already located the best route to the control area. The modern communication methods that the defense forces are using are much easier to take advantage of than that witchcraft the Sarkaz use. I went and disguised my drone's identification codes. None of our long-distance signals will be jammed, guaranteed. Though, drones are very fragile. If they get attacked, that's going to be all our hard work down the drain. I just hope that Amir can stall those guys who really know how to put up a good fight up there. Is Amir going to join Ascalon? You're weak and foolish, Libery. You know a Sarkaz can easily end your life and you choose not to run. I am the commander. This is my tower. My men. They're all still here. Perhaps I should consider cleaning them up first then. These arts. The scent. Amir. Ah! I see the foolish pretender is here. This is our first proper meeting, King of Sarkaz. I've met you plenty of times before, vampire. Countless self-salvation corpse fighters sacrificed themselves because of you. I remember all their names, and their lives won't carry any less weight than they deserve just because you looked down on them. So what do you intend to do, King? Will you use that pitch black axe of yours to end me? Caster team, sniper team, join me and tear down his blood defense. No time to lose. Seize the target. Oh. All at once, black lines and bolts dart into the thick, blood-colored layer. Nothing has changed. You disappoint me. Quartus, you assume the stance of a warrior, yet you deny the necessity of killing in politics. You are even weaker than Teresa. Teresa was a ridiculous one. She tried to have the Sarkaz bow down to our invaders, namely Victoria. But the most foolish of her actions was undoubtedly her decision to make you her successor. Focus fire! What a pointless struggle. Oh. Disperse. Silence? Right before the tide of blood reaches Amir, it's suddenly sliced apart in one clean cut. Oh no, it's this guy. I see. In addition to the assassin who was your vanguard, you brought another servant with you. I am Amir's employee, not her servant. Banshee. Are you perhaps afraid? You think, by hiding in that shell called Rhodes Island, you can refute your relationship with this counterfeit and escape Casdel's judgment on its traitors. Your words are always riddled with falsehoods, vampire. Although only for the time being, I took off my Rhodes Island elite operator uniform the moment we decided to come to Londinium. I'm the Lord of the Banshees. Wheresoever I speak, there lies the Eligarch court. The young Banshee raises his hand. On his dark-colored robe, his incantations quiver softly like the first drop of dew dripping down under morning sun. It is not the crown that I follow. It is precisely Her Majesty Teresa's ideals that have driven me this far. You took her life and desecrated it, but you can't extinguish the flame that she lit before our eyes. How can someone who has seen daybreak return to an eternal night?
This guy's really interesting too. I'm not sure he's playable either yet, right? I don't think I've ever seen him. A face-to-face meeting. Oh god, I hope this isn't against the Sanguinarch. Uh-oh. Ooh, uh-oh. Let's put you here. Actually, you probably... probably should have put this back one. Sarkaz Wither Devourer. When blocked for the first time, devour the blocker. Defense is greatly increased, but movement speed is reduced. Devoured operator will re-emerge once Devourer is killed. What? Okay. We need to get our ranged up pretty quickly here then. We probably need our healer there. This guy's not moving yet, which is good. I spoke too early. It's no longer good. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is this. Then he consumes, right? Yep. And then we can put... This is such a waste of La Pluma, but whatever. Oh no, this. Uh-oh. Go ham. Oh god, this thing's not take. Put the tank down. Oh my god, La Pluma's dead. Rip. Okay, this big guy's almost gone. Ugh. Actually, that's not a good place to put Rosmontis. Maybe here? Eh. Oh, so the one that gets devoured doesn't come back to the field. It just goes back to being deployable. Okay. We've got another one incoming. Yeah, you can hit that. Good. Let's see if I can put a shield on. That was actually a really good shield. Suzerain just tanked all that damage with the shield. Alright, let's do this. Eat me! Eat me! Okay. Oh, it's not a tier 3 ability. Uh-oh. We should actually still be fine though. Yeah, Sari is not taking any damage. Sick. Oh no, another one's coming. What? We need to kill this guy. And I need to call someone back. I'm gonna call you back. Eat Texas. No, Texas! Oh my god, he keeps getting stunned. Lol. Nice. Actually, that might be a good... If that guy comes back as a main enemy in the harder stages, it might be worth just getting stuns out. Oh! Siege is going to get the sword. So this is... The giant door lies solemnly in the underground area. There is not a sound to be heard aside from the breathing of those who have made their way here. Of course, death is silent.
Not even the most glorious rain can change that fact. The Mausoleum of Kings. Just as its name suggests, this is the resting place of all Victoria's kings. Do you hear something? Nothing besides our breathing. There is no mistaking that there is some kind of sound echoing throughout this space. It is a murmur she hears, having woken up from her dream, or is it a groan she owes to her fatigue? They are staring at her. Victoria is staring at her. The moment she comes to realize this, a sense of agitation immediately follows. What do you expect? Or what do they expect? What kind of future are they envisioning for her? She grew tired of these days on the run long ago, and it has been a very long time since she had last heeded the call of that golden creature. Golden Mane. Come, we need to finish this mission as fast as we can. Rhodes Island and the corpse will need our help. Stop. What's this? On the ground. It's too dark here. I thought there was some of that upper crust posh decor. This is blood. Signs of a fight here. An utterly tragic battle. No. This place is a mire soaked in death. A meandering trail of blood can be found having slithered down the pathway and past the gap beneath the door. Or perhaps it crept its way out the large door. The trail of blood has long since dried, leaving the shattered bricks on the ground covered in its twisted, dark crimson stains. Likewise, there are tattered bolt heads, sword fragments, and craters left behind by arts explosions, all submerged under the bed of dried blood. There are also marks more massive in scale, such as the numerous scars on the door, each one by itself more than enough to tear the silence of this place asunder. Although there are no bodies to be seen, everyone who's seen war before can easily work out what transpired here. Two groups, both prepared to fight to the death, battled each other. Evidently, they got their wish. Judging from the color of the blood, this must be at least several years old. Several years? You don't mean... The Sarkaz. Sarkaz died here. I've recognized their weapons. They're the same ones the Sarkaz warriors who attacked the Knights of the Tower used all those years ago. They're different from what the Sarkaz outside are using. Completely different. The blades that the Sarkaz use now are all made in the munitions factories in Highbury, and they're very similar to the standard weapons used by the Victorian army. They're not as crude and nowhere near as barbaric. I still remember the sounds of their rusted blades cutting through my fellow knights. They were heavy and they'd shatter bone before crushing armor. Dagda, are you alright? I'm fine. If the sight of these battle scars was enough to stop me in my tracks, I probably wouldn't have been able to manage a single peaceful night since my escapes from Londinium. Vina, the situation's not quite what we expected. The sound hurts her head. They are urging her. They are speaking. Sighs of kings are still inside. Keep calm and carry on. Who fought the Sarkaz? There's no way to tell. The other side left no traces? If they did, it's likely I haven't seen them before. Mr. Totter, how long has it been since you became a mercenary? It'll be my 14th anniversary next month. You must have seen weapons from most countries out there. Certainly, but not every country out there. I'm just your garden variety merc. I haven't seen the weapons of any particularly elite forces. If I had, I wouldn't be alive right now. Morgan, Indra, head back outside the path and stay alert. Secure our evac route just like before, right? I hope I don't miss out on anything good. Oh, they're 100% gonna miss out. Siege, we can't act rashly now. Do you hear the battle above us, Dagda? No? I do. This trembling. I can imagine it. I can't go back empty-handed. If the sword will stop all of this, or even just ease all the sacrifice and slaughter, then I shall do it. I do not see this as a responsibility, it's just a tiny act on my part. It's nothing different from knocking out the front teeth of those thugs who came looking for trouble. Vina. Aladale, you said it yourself. Having taken this step, we can't turn back now. Onwards. You look pretty cheesed. This is my chance to fight right beneath the palace. I just hope they don't actually run into anything that calls for a fight. You should know what a big sacrifice I'm making for you. If someone whacks you in one go, you've got to have a friend to yell for the others, right? Huh, my silly Hannah. Do you remember how Vina looked when we first met her? How could I forget? She was real cocky. She was tiny, but she was full of herself. She hardly talked. You couldn't even tell when she was angry. But when she fought... Huh. Who do you reckon taught her how to fight? She said it was her teacher. And I thought she had some brawler from Norport for a teacher. Then we found out about who she was, and it all made sense. Probably a knight with muscles for brains. Seriously though, aren't princes and princesses all meant to wear frilly clothes and have trouble running? What kind of teacher would have her fighting like she's facing a wild beast? Oh, it was the lions that taught her to fight, I bet. Huh, when she first told us who she was, I thought she was having a laugh. Vina wouldn't kid about something where life and death is concerned. I thought it was a new gang looking for trouble with Glasgow, but it turns out it was an operation to assassinate the heir to the throne, huh? They were pretty tough, though. I thought it would be a lot more fun to follow a crowned princess on an adventure than living the thug life. Besides, this princess has got a special place in my heart. Before I knew it, we were following Vina out of Londinium, wandering the world with her, and making it back here. Now if the heroes in the legends had a choice, they'd rather lie down on the sofa and gulp down a cold beer, wouldn't you agree? Having second thoughts? Of course not. We've come this far already. I started on my memoirs already, and I'm going to make it huge with a book. It's called The Legendary Vina and Her Legendary Mates. All I need now is a publisher. With your sorry vocabulary, forget it. Vina said it was cool. This reminds me of that pub that we smashed the sign off. That was the first battle we won with Vina leading us. That night we drank all the booze in the cellar. In the end, Bard carried us back to the lorry one by one and drove us home before the police got there. Are you bloody daft? I was the one who carried you on my back. Baird was so off her trolley she tried to steer the loo, and you wanted her to drive. Huh. All I'm thinking is, no matter where we are, we can still come together and make a name for ourselves, right? Even if it's just taking over a pub from the other gangs. Say, Hannah, we've been back for days already. Why hasn't Vina so much as suggested paying Glasgow a visit? Is Glasgow a pub or a place? It might be a pub. The key. Before we left, the doctor gave me this key. The doctor told me that Dr. Kaushi negotiated for this. Only this can open the door that leads to the Mausoleum of Kings. I know this key once belonged to a Draco. Aladale, do you know where the other key is? The other key. The key that belonged to the Aslan royal family. It too can open this door, and it should have been passed to her by her father, but she has never seen the key herself. Why ask me that all of a sudden? I just remembered. Another legend about the size of kings. With the sword in his hand, the Aslan Padishah tried to conquer the last swath of the foreign land. The Draco King's fire arts flew straight toward him, His armor burned away in the flames, disappearing in purplish drops. However, his sword was far harder than his armor. The moment it pierced the Draco King's body, only half of the Aslan Padishah's sword remained. And so, the Draco King lived, and the Aslan Padishah lost his right hand. After the Draco and the Aslan signed their treaty, the sword was reforged, and it has since become the symbol of Victoria's centuries-long glory. My ancestors once nearly killed a Draco King, and now I hold the key of the Red Dragon's descendants to open the door to the Mausoleum of Kings. Here it doesn't matter whether one is Draco or Aslan. One is only Victoria. Oh, they're actually opening it. The door opens. It is much easier than she imagined. It's so simple, as though everything was already in place, awaiting only this tiny push from her. Whoa. The Mausoleum of Kings. A millennium of Victorian history surges toward her, the Aslan who left, only to return. Ooh. Nice, nice. Another boss fight. Okay. What are we up to? Chapter 15. So we got, chapter 15. Let's go with that. So we've only got what I assume is 5 more chapters, right? 19. Yeah, I think it ends at 20. Okay. Let's jump into it. What do we got? Oh, we got a bunch of these. Oh, it's double laned. Okay. Looking at that. Oh my god, we're out? I only need one. Just give me the one. Okay. So what was the map? We don't need La Pluma. I think I actually want to bring Myrtle into this. Rosamontes is fine, Siege is fine. Actually, let's bump Siege into a full DPS mode. Two lanes. Chubai, Saria, Siege, Myrtle behind the Siege, maybe? Let's go with this. Let's see if it works. I feel like it's probably going to be a little bit scuffed, but I think it should be fine. It'll be fine. These filthy rebels. They've been at this since Sudian. Bring out that massive metal thing of yours. You mean the self-propelled cannon? Sarkaz, there's still lots of our men up ahead. Send them a signal. Ever heard of danger close? You know how wide its attack range is? They won't get away in time. That's their problem. Our warriors know how to survive on the battlefield. Over there, a movable mechanical originium cannon. Uh-oh. What? What the hell is this? That's no normal artillery shell. Did Kazdel have some kind of advanced research institute I never heard of? And in such a short time, too. How did Manfred manage this? Focus. Control area. Control area. Crap. Doctor. These artillery shells have got arts that jam my drones. Like I said, Londinium's system is easy to crack, but Sarkaz's witchcraft is tough. Doctor, we'll take it from here. Whoa, Feist. Everything's set the way you wanted it. The engineering team will make sure your drones will fly free. You've got an idea? Miss Closure, these originium cannons were assembled in our factory. So, you aren't planning on taking them apart right here and now, are you? Huh. If we were vampires, we definitely could have given it a shot. Too bad most of us are just normal craftsmen. But we know what we've made with our own hands. We know how to target their weak points to create an opening for our friends who can actually put up a fight. After all, this is how us engineers can put ourselves to use on the battlefield. Isn't that right? The zipline. You're gonna climb onto that? Your drones will function as normal if we get the cannon under control, right? In theory, it's too risky though. We're working together here. I need you and the doctor to help us lock onto the safest landing point. As the cannons echo in the air, Feist focuses on the battlefield before him. He sees not the fierce sarcasm, but the machinery by the conveyor belts he's the most familiar with. The thunderous sound of the enormous machine's movement is no different from the rhythms he knows so well. He will take back the city that belongs to them, his own way. Phew! I've always wanted to see a battle from up above. Isn't this the perfect chance? The giant machine ambles down the street. Compared to its colossal form, the men on the battlefield, be they Victorian or Sarkaz, are almost insignificant. Its footsteps cannot be halted. Its gaze can easily melt the blocks. It is practically the ruler of this steel jungle. Yet, it suddenly lets out a wail. From a blind spot in its vision, a dozen grappling hooks latch onto the weakest point of its neck. Immediately thereafter, several dozen figures climb onto its back via the zipline. Doctor, we've got it under control. Snipers, eliminate nearby hostiles. Understood. Casters, strike. On it. Wait, is she technically a caster? Isn't she a sniper? Look at you, Banshee. You won't allow even a single drop of blood near you. Every drop you control contains your witchcraft. Oh, the curse of the Banshee. Since when have the Banshee been as boring and uninteresting as you? I still remember how they flew through the dark night, blowing their bone whistles. They mourned those lost to the wastelands with their sharp, sorrowful cries. At the same time, they mercilessly dug their pitch-black fingers into the skulls of those pitiful souls. Banshee, that is what a Banshee is supposed to be. They have always been the hunters that the vampires admired the most. On the battlefield, we fought alongside one another with fear as our weapon, taking the lives of our feeble enemies. But the Banshees of today have lost their way. Your kind has locked their true selves behind that attire, not unlike what the Lithanian casters wear. Decrepit and pretentious. I'm afraid you are the one who has lost your way, vampire. Time does more than relentlessly erode the lands. It shapes life as well. Why not take a look at yourself? Your form has long since changed. You are no longer as you were. Huh. What significance is the form my flesh takes? Your flesh, like my robe, is the true form in which we walk the world. The roots of royal court may have rotted away long ago, but royal court, as it stands today with its canopy raised up high, remains unwilling to fall to the ground. How pathetic. That which is dead continues to draw nutrients from the barren soil, denying itself the chance to receive new life. So this is your true goal? The smile disappears from the vampire's face. Next to him, the boiling blood settles into stasis for a brief moment. A faint tremor can be felt beneath the ground before the floor above it starts to shake as well. Blood marches forward. Operators, hold! The battlefield below us. He suddenly realizes he has stayed here for too long. The tour is far from the only weak point in the command tower. While both he and the vampire had their attention drawn to the King of Sarkaz and their old acquaintances, Rhodes Island and the Self-Salvation Corps have very likely been drawing ever closer to the information they need. This was Rhodes Island's plan all along. They stood no chance of quickly defeating him and the vampire. They simply wanted to buy themselves time. I must. You're too late. Yes, he is. He can sacrifice an arm to escape from Ascalon, but the thing that's truly stopping him is the sea of blood before his eyes. The Sanguinarch has already been angered. They are all trapped on this battlefield. Banshee, you dare to plot the destruction of the royal court, the very manifestation of Sarkaz's heritage. An earth-shattering surge of blood envelopes the entire command tower. The Rhodes Island operators and the Defense Force soldiers are all moments away from being submerged. That is, until a shapeless force divides this red sea of blood. The Banshee, right? I'm very curious who this is. I do this not for destruction, but for my salvation. Don't let your long memories bind you. Release yourself from your pride, from the olden days, old Sarkaz king. Oh, he's like a writer? The Sarkaz have changed. The Sarkaz must change. Under his bone pen, golden incantations write themselves loop by loop. Heeding its master's rage, the pool of blood rises from the floor, the walls, and his head, and charges towards the unapproachable young Banshee, as well as those he is shielding. All because the Lord of Curses has already set the rules upon this high tower in a foreign land. Lord of Curses? Doctor, the control tower. The situation's intense. Phew, looks like they managed to stall that scary guy. Doctor, the drones have reached the control area. Gotta start hacking now. Give me an ETA. Half an hour? No, 20 minutes. Doctor, I know Amir and the corpse guys are having a tough time right now. Trust me, I wish I had a couple more pairs of hands too. We're gonna have to deal with the tank. The gigantic machine lets out another growl. The previously silent cannon begins to rev up again. What just happened? The men on the cannon are under attack. There are hostiles in the distance. Ah! It's the Sarkaz. Oh, is Shining about to appear? No idea what kind of arts those Sarkaz are using. All of a sudden, I just couldn't breathe. Confessorious witchcraft. These Sarkaz are their guards. When one has one's life depleted by this witchcraft so quickly, not even medical arts can save them. Have Feist evacuate the cannon surroundings with our fighters. But then the weapon will go out of control again. Our men's lives are precious. I will destroy the berserk weapon. Commander, I'm feeling much better. Commander, are these your arts? No. This light, it's mobile. It's shining. Compared to mine, yes, it's much warmer. Look, someone just appeared behind those Confessorious guards. Who's that? White horns, black robe? Is that a Confessorious? The Confessorious, she's fighting the other Sarkaz. Doctor, that's Shining. Did you ask her to come here? She's doing this of her own accord. I knew how badass Shining could get, but this is my first time seeing her fight for real. How do I put it? I'm starting to understand why she avoids fighting so much. Dude, I hope that Arknights is able to get the anime to this point. I really want to see Shining fight. I'm really curious what that looks like. Madam Confessorious, you came to the fight after all. Once again, you went against our leader's will. If my actions are under his control, wouldn't that make my departure hardly meaningful? Do you really despise our leader so much? No, I've never despised him. I've only ever despised myself. The guard's mask splits, allowing his final expression before he succumbs to be reflected in the sheath of the Confessarius' sword. Shining gazes at her opponent, her eyes are both calm and sorrowful. Once again, the final flicker of a living flame has been burned onto her blade forever. Damn. Damn. What? The mist of blood is rapidly evaporating under the power of the witchcraft. Countless beams of black energy are shot through the fissures torn open by the witchery. The tides of blood that shroud the command tower have receded a little. Huh. Your swordsmanship, not bad. Your Highness, we must finish this quickly. Don't disturb me. The blood's roar forces Manfred to take a few steps back. Ascalon's arm blade follows him closely. He knows she won't let him get away easily. A red bolt of lightning flashes across the clouds above the command tower. The Tika's Wurtzen. Of course you'd know, just as I know your arm blade. A signal. You're contacting him. Amir, we don't have much time. Right, as long as we bring the two with us. Watch your defenses. The vampire's power is far greater than this. What a waste of blood. The battle before was far from enough to satisfy the vampire. He turns his attention to the Victorian soldiers hiding nearby. What? You can't. It'll be fine, Latu. Soon enough, I shan't even need to keep you alive. Lieutenant Colonel. Lieutenant Colonel! Ah! The soldiers can no longer speak. They fumble their way to the vampire as blood sprays out of their spines, one stream after another, heeding his orders in their arms and legs, marching forward rapidly. They have received the Sanguinarch's blessing. Do it to your heart's content. Blood doesn't dry simply because of death. It will only flow faster, thanks to your futile actions. His soldiers no longer follow his commands. He watches them advance and advance until they reach the edge of the rooftop. The Sarkaz's fight will soon destroy this place. Their eyes do not even see these normal soldiers who are in flux between life and death. Most of the soldiers are Victorian. They are of entirely different upbringings than him. They remain oblivious to his objective and the deal he made with the Sarkaz at this very moment. They simply followed him here, to the edge. He knows he shouldn't have moved. The vampire and Manfred would have been in no hurry to kill him as long as he hid in the far back, but he still wanted to catch those soldiers about to fall to the depths below. Black energy beams. Lieutenant Colonel Latour, I can feel pain in your eyes. You think of yourself a ghoulish man. You revere a massive phantom of the past. You want to take hold of it and bring it back. But do you really believe the Sarkaz's word? Do you really believe that your dream to rebuild Gaul is possible? You are afraid, sir. You pretend you still have control because you don't want to face the coward in you who wants to flee the war. You force yourself to believe that all the sacrifices you're making are for Gaul. But you can't forget the eyes of those men you've deceived, who you called to their deaths. You were the young Lord of Fiends they spoke of. I am. And I am your enemy. Yes. But you held me back. You don't want to see me die here. They call you the Lord of Fiends, the King of Sarkaz, but all I see is a kind, gentle girl. An intense pain suddenly seizes her. This isn't the doing of the Liberi before her, nor is it the originium arts of the vampire or Manfred. After all, this isn't an attack. Amir, Oh, Amia. Teresa? A voice calls out to her. A voice as soft as snow. A voice as soft as a snow-white feather quilt that has been set out to dry in the sun. Amia lifts her head. The sky above her comes smashing down. The thick dark clouds surge towards her, engulfing her from top to bottom, like a tight, suffocating embrace. Doctor, Commander, we've taken back control of the cannon. 10 minutes. Give me just 10 more minutes and I'll take care of them all. Phew. Doctor, for the first time these past few days, I think we might just be able to win this. Miss Closure, what's up? I really wish you hadn't have said that. You're thinking I must have jinxed it. Holy shit. Doctor, what the hell's... My surveillance drone's alarms are all started blaring at once. Come on, say something. Going all quiet like that is really freaking me out. Wait, that's... Wait, monsters here. Kaoshi. She isn't buying us time. Doctor, you aren't trying to tell me the Natch Zahura came back early, are you? Their advance must have been silent. Otherwise, someone was sure to have noticed that they had broken through the walls and crossed half the city. These footsteps are nothing but a signal that penetrates the hearts of all those on the battlefield through the trembling ground. Every street their eyes can reach is filled with Sarkaz warriors. The shadows cast by the dark clouds above cannot engulf them. After all, they are the dark shadows themselves. They are the ones who engulf the land. Interesting that Kaoji's back. Does that mean W's back? Alright, I'm gonna put her here. We are gonna need a lot of DP. Oh, nice. Oh, this guy's gonna do a circle? Or is this guy gonna go up? Oh, that's actually kind of gross. What? Okay, you there. Not a fan of that at all. We're gonna need enough. We need 10 to be able to deploy Texas to be eaten by this guy. We also probably need a healer. We might need the actual healer, actually. Yeah. Alright. So, Suzerain should be able to deal with this. Hopefully she actually focuses. She's not focusing. Uh-oh. Okay, she dealt with it. Good. Okay, we got a lot of damage coming out here now. They're dying very quickly. Awesome. Alright, we should be able to deal with this pretty easily, actually, I think. Suzerain and crew should handle these people doing the circles. We just got to be careful about these big guys that come out and eat people. Alright, Suzerain just leveled up too. Nice.
Nice, nice, nice.
苦しみを忘れたことはありません。了解。ドリル、穴を開けて。
Oh no. What's that targeting?
心配しないで。
Oh, it didn't actually deal all that much damage.
剣は出た気が
Oh no, he's about to eat. Stop him. Stop him.
クソ村に地雷を仕掛けて。リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。この程度で止まると思う。
I might actually pull her back, bring in you.
一気に片付けましょうか。カート、クソ村に地雷を仕掛けて。
Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. We're stabilized.
あなたの痛ければ叫ぶといいの。
I didn't think this guy had eaten yet. I'm guessing he has though.
いいわ。来て。了解。ドリル、穴を開けて。バイバイ。
Oh yeah. Well, that was kind of expected. That's fine.
これが最後であってほしいです。この程度で止まると思うの。ドクター、痛みを感じるなら言ってください。
I'm a little concerned about top lane. Actually no, top lane should be fine.
了解。レッド、敵を左に引きつけて。
Yeah, okay, we dealt with that fine. It's just these guys now.
私に出会ったのが運の尽きだ。
Hopefully that hits Texas. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, it's fine. Nope, it's not. She died. How do I bust this one open? I guess we're just gonna have to wait.
いいわ。射撃開始。すぐそばにいる。声を出さないで。剣は手加減はできない。ごめん。一気に型をつける。
I thought these were the Edie guys, but I guess they're not. Oh, they're the tree guys. Okay, that makes more sense. It all makes sense now.
始まる。問題ないわ。射撃開始。
Oh, rip.
これ、私の出番？
Who's there? Oh, Siege is there.
流言の伝達。こと。オッケー。命令。あなたは死なない。死なせないように気をつける。
This guy's kind of tanky. I guess because we killed every other unit, so now this guy's like the strongest version that he can be. It's still not enough, though. Haha.
最後に私はあやつらが何のために剣を手にしたか分かりませんでした。
Very good, very good.
しかしたら本人たちにも分かっていないかもしれない。
Oh, that's it. Okay. I thought there was going to be a little story bit after that, but there is not. All right, I think I am going to call it there for the operations side of this, because I want to leave the last 4 operations plus the story bit that'll probably come after it for the next stream I do. And that'll probably be the final stream of episode 11. I forgot which episode it was. Even though it tells me right there, 11:13, 11:14. Yeah. Very cool. It sounds like I get the feeling that this is going to end. There's going to be a meeting between Amir and Teresa. There's going to be Siege getting the weapon from the mausoleum, but I don't think she's going to do anything with it yet. And then I think they're gonna go into hiding, I get the feeling. They're gonna go into hiding, and then the mechanic guy, Feist, he is going to get all the other mechanics that he has, and the supplies that they will eventually get from the Sarkaz supply line, where they're trying to get information about that at the moment, right? They'll get all those supplies, and they're gonna build a Steam Night. That's going to be sick. And then who's going to get in that Steam Night? Aladale. Oh, it's all coming together. It's all coming together. I do get the feeling Aladale's going to die, though. I hope she at least gets into a Steam Knight before that happens. But yeah, the death flags on her are kind of ridiculous at the moment. Let's read these last two little lore bits here. All right, who do we have? Lucia Scamandrus. Lucia Scamandrus was the daughter of the 4th White Wolf Count. White Wolf? Not Liscum. Lapland? She served in the Londinium City Guard before joining the Knights of the Tower at the age of 22, one of the older ones to join the City Guard. With the permission of the King of Aslan, she relinquished her title during the Kasdel campaign to join the Expeditionary Force. She fought bravely in battle, leading her troops to capture a fortress near Kasdel alongside the Steam Knights, killing a vampire prince and multiple highly ranked Nachzahara officers. She was given the highest military honors upon return to Victoria, inheriting her father's title 5 years later. Oh. And then this one. Dagda! Wait, we didn't have Dagda before? Oh. Well, welcome. She's a guard, huh? Okay. I'll have to have a look at her and see how she plays. I imagine she's going to be a close range guard. Leighton Montague. Leighton Montague was the son of Sir Angus Montague. He was named a Knight of the Tower at the age of 27. He retired from the Knights of the Tower after injuring his hand protecting the king from the assassination attempt by ghoulish remnants. On the way back to Londinium after a parade to honour the troops returning from the Battle of the Four Emperors, he was conferred the title of Count of Manchester at the age of 55. Oh look, we get another Dagda one if we do the hard mode of this. Wait, what else do we get from the hard modes of these? Okay, just more resources. And then the next one, we also get a Dagda. Nice. Okay. Only one Dagda though. Sag. What about these ones? Oh, Dagda. Oh, so this is how you get a fully built Dagda. Okay. Is she a 5-star? I assume she was a 5-star. Let's have a look. Show me the new... Where are you? Dagda. Yeah, she's a one square guard. That blocks one enemy. Yeah, okay, I see her role. I see that. We can get her to 50. Can we level her? Oh, we can level her up. Nice. Gang Spirit. Search and destroy. Attack 10%. Attacks hit twice. Oh, what's her base attack? Oh, she doesn't have a huge attack. Talent activation rate increased by 40%. What's her talent? Gang Spirit has a 30% chance of increasing attack to 130% when attacking. When deployed, this multiplier increases by 5% for every enemy defeated within the 4 adjacent tiles of a Glasgow Gang operator. Oh. Okay. 4 adjacent tiles. So she is highly dependent on you playing her in the gang. So she probably isn't strong outside of that, unfortunately. We will still level her up though. Nope, that's as far as we can take that. Oh, that goes to a 28% now. Ooh. Ooh. What level can we get her up to? 42? Hold up. Let's just go straight to 42. Cool. We'll try and use her in the last few things. She seems cool. I wish I could see Gang Spirit or click Glasgow Gang and see who the other characters are in the Glasgow Gang. Because I assume it's Siege, right? Yeah, Glasgow Gang. There's nothing that says that she's part of it though. Yeah, I guess you just have to assume that she is part of the Glasgow Gang. And the other one, I believe I have. I may not have leveled up the other one, actually. Where is she? She's got to be here somewhere. Come on. Where are you? You aren't Glasgow, are you? No. Oh god, yeah, okay. I haven't leveled up the other Glasgow person. Where are they? There you are, Indra. So she's another Glasgow one. Again, kind of this melee DPS kind of character. I don't think I've got any others though. I think that's it. So I've got 3. I don't know if there's more than 3. Yeah, none of these others look like they're part of Glasgow. No, you're not. You're not. That's it, yeah. Okay, it looks like I've only got 3. So yeah, Dagda seems... I don't know, we'll see. Maybe she's kind of strong. I doubt it though. Look at that, we almost cleared this. Almost cleared Return to Mist. Event ends 30th of the 4th. So we could actually power through and do All Quiet Under the Thunder too. And the new episode comes out on the 16th. So we could persevere. This is possible to do. Nice. Okay. Cool. Well, that's it for tonight. We've made quite a bit of progress. Finding out a lot of cool shit going down. And we will complete this chapter the next time I stream. Yeah, that'll be good. That will be good. All right. I'm going to call it there. Thank you for hanging out. And thank you for watching. And I will catch you guys next time. All right. Peace. I'm out of here. Bye.